What? Hello? Konnichiwa! Everyone say hi.
Who's ready to fucking whack?
We're just little guys. We're just little guys, and it's
Just a
also our
little
birthday.
guy.
Yeah, we're just little
Hey,
guys.
hey, we're just gaming over here.
We're just gaming over here. We're just little Pokemon. We're just gaming.
Little game and
Well,
Pokemon.
two of you are not Pokemon yet. We're actually gonna see that happen today
yes.
live on the show. Welcome back to PMD TTRPG.
The longest acronym known to man. Even though it's
We
technically
could make it
initialism.
longer.
I hate that
Yeah,
I
we'll-
know.
We could make it longer.
Can I just...
I
We could put an S0 at the end of it. We could put a number in there.
No, I feel like it's PMTTRPG : and then we have the initialism of the
S0,
of
S1?
the actual full title. It's like, I can't believe I've been reborn as a Pokemon in a small
Oh, I
isolated
see, I
island
see.
far away from civilization.
There we go.
I will say I almost added to the title of the doc something like you know how the actual Pokemon Mystery Dungeon games are like Explorers of Sky and stuff. So I was trying to come up with a blank of
Oh my
blank
God.
A blank of
for like
blank?
5 minutes, and I'm like, just send it to them. They'll figure it out.
Is
We'll
there...
figure it out.
I like that
What
vibe
if-
though.
What if we... there's 4 of us, so I don't know how we'd do it. We could do... Oh, we could do adjective, noun, adjective, noun. So it's like adjective, noun of adjective, noun. We could do it that way.
Oh my god.
And we could do one at a time.
Okay, you know what? No, at the count of 3, all of us just say a word.
Oh,
no, I think we should do it like, you know how you do like the stories, like one word at a time
okay.
stories?
You're thinking. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
it's
So,
like...
it's just
adjective-
a little warm up.
Yeah.
Adjective noun of the adjective noun.
Yes.
You know what? Let's do it in the order that shows up on screen. I'll go first.
Yeah.
Lost is the adjective.
Island is the noun. Of...
Oh, shit.
Of shit?
No,
No, we can't put that in the title. We'll get out of it.
Lost Island of shit. Fuck. Oh no.
Ah, shit. Ah, fuck.
I imagine like a big ass Tyranitar is like, it's me, shit fuck.
It's shit fuck. That's the main villain of
Shit
the
fuck
campaign.
the
That's like the
Tyranitar.
mid-arc villain.
That's the mid-arc villain of shit fuck. Someone write that down in the doc.
I got already ahead of you.
I guess adjective, dreamy?
Dreamy. No, Z chips.
What do we have so far? Lost
We
Island
have-
of the Dreamy.
Yeah, we'll add that. We'll add Lost Island of the Dreamy.
Suddenly, I don't know a single word in my
But,
life,
yep.
actually.
Come on,
especially
improv.
not
Yes
a
and, yes
noun.
and. First word. Come on.
So while Chips is coming up with a word, I would like to introduce you to what we're actually doing today. Hello there. We are Nomia's stream, and today we're going to be continuing our actual play of our custom Pokemon role-playing game. Our character, or players, have been turned into Pokemon, and they're gonna try to figure out over the course of 9 to 10 episodes how to get back to being humans. Maybe ? I am your dungeon/game master, M. Karen, pronouns they them.
Oh my goodness. It's so great. And we'll go in the same order so that when
The
we get to
Dreamy.
Chips, so when we get to Chips will have had enough time to
Yeah, Steve.
decide on a word.
Yeah. Chips would never let us down.
Chips would never let
Yeah,
us down.
I've never dropped a bit in my life, actually.
Never.
Truly.
Hi, I'm Nomia Vixie. This is my stream that you're watching. Hello. I'm the interdimensional angel. My pronouns are they, she. And I'm playing Simone, a little fletchling. That's me.
Little guy.
Oh, and Simone's pronouns are she, her.
I think I say
Simone's
Simon's fletchling has a little hat, and I'm like, yeah, this is very
Yeah.
important to know.
That is
Yeah,
very important.
Do Pokemon swear?
Simone's...
Yes.
Dallas in chat asks, do Pokemon swear? I think so.
Yes. They will today.
I
like to imagine that, like, you know, Pikachu's just saying fuck all the time.
Okay, so this is a callback, by the way. In the Pokemon Stadium 2 Togepi minigame, every time Togepi falls over a rock, it says fuck. It's true. Look it up.
Hell yeah. I think I just realized that we'll finally have an opportunity to break out my Eevee impression. Play.
It's so good.
Oh my god.
We should have an Eevee.
Play.
I'm adding an Eevee token already.
It's just an Eevee. It doesn't speak like the rest of them. They just goes play.
And then there's just subtitles beneath.
Yeah. I'll
There we
write
go.
them all.
Narrator's note. Fuck.
Translator's note.
Shit, fuck.
Eevee means fuck.
I'm next.
Yes.
I'm Kitty, pronouns she, they. I will be playing Yumechi, who is, I think, she, her. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
That's what it says in the text scroll at the bottom. So
Let's go with that.
So we'll go with that for now.
Yep.
And I am Chips, also known as Chippities, everywhere on the internet, Twitter, Blue Sky, Tumblr, the works. I make art. You know, I use pronouns sometimes, and I'm playing Sabin, the Mabostiff, the very sad-looking dog. And my word is Voyagers, actually.
Ooh.
Ooh,
What a good
Voyagers.
word!
I totally wasn't stalling for time that entire span.
So once again, our full title is Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Tabletop Role-Playing Game :
Your word is first.
I lost.
Lost Island.
Of the dreamy.
Voyagers.
Beautiful.
Let's go.
This actually really makes sense considering that Kitty's character may or may not actually be stuck in a dream.
I'm pretty sure all of us think
And
that
I'm
we may be in a
still
dream.
In a dream.
True.
Also,
Neater.
there was a Discord.
Sneeder.
If anyone heard a Discord notification on their computer who's watching the stream, that was me. And it was Kendra sending a picture of Breaths Forever Diamonds for the Game Boy Advance.
Oh my god.
And that's why I went.
Whenever we go
Oh my
to
God.
our local game store, they have a Bratz game on the GameCube, and I'm
Hell
looking
yeah.
at it and I'm like, Nomia.
Yeah, me
my
pointing at the
goodness.
screen, that's Nomia.
Oh my god, it's Breath Forever Diamonds for the Game Boy Advance it looks like Spanish.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Mini
Bratz,
juegos.
diamantes de diciembre.
Yes. It's just called
Yes.
Breath Forever Diamonds in
No,
English.
it's just
but
called
then-
Forever Diamonds, yeah. Nueva partida. Minijuegos. Seleccionar nivel o créditos.
Wait, did I say mini
Beautiful.
juegos correctly then? I said that before you said it.
Minijuegos, yeah.
Mini
It's not mini juegos. This is not
Juegos.
Portuguese.
I did say juegos
Juegos.
though. I did it right. Yay!
Hooray!
And
I'm Spanish.
any Brazilians in chat? Juegos? Any juegadores out there?
The only Brazilian Portuguese I know is obrigado. That's all I got. That's all I got. for
Hell
you.
yeah. So last session we created the characters. Everybody came in with the character concepts. We came up with an idea for the game, and we outlined. And now I think we are ready to actually start diving in. Unless there's something anybody wants to say.
I don't believe so.
Yes, I'm announcing that I'm suddenly leaving the campaign right now.
Oh shit.
Oh,
God damn it.
it's
Can
just
we
like
delete
every
Sabin?
D&D campaign I've ever been in.
Can we delete all of Sabin's assets really quick?
It's like, yeah, so you...
I gotta go.
Wait,
And
Bro's
anyway,
gotta go.
bro's gotta go.
bro has a bag.
Bro's on the
I,
bus.
wait a minute.
On
Did
the
Chips get the
bus?
bag? Critical Role reached out to Chips, was like, we looked at your performance at Savin and we thought, you know what, you're perfect for us.
Oh
my
Playing
God.
Sabin yet. Also, here is Simone.
Yo, Chips got that
Baby.
bag.
This
Yeah,
is where
baby.
Simone is on this
Chip
canvas,
has
by
the
the way.
bag.
She's
Chips
all
is
the way
I
on the
down
love
here.
bus.
It's because these two are also here. And I haven't finished.
No,
He's so big.
Yeah.
Sylvie.
Oh, they're so cute. Nums, do you want me to replace your actual token with that boyo?
Well, I'd feel weird having the only unique token.
Okay, okay, we'll wait a
Yeah,
little
well,
bit then. We'll wait a
we'll-
little.
we'll-
Wait for me to do. Wait for me to do the rest of them.
This is perfectly fair. I like that. I like that. I like that.
Because I was too tired to do the rest of them. I literally finished coloring this fletchling this morning. So, you know,
Valid.
You know how
No
it
worries,
is.
you're a good friend now.
Okay. Beautiful. What's this image? Oh, it's the
So I
thumbnail.
do want to say, by the way, the
There
show
I
will be
am.
going for around 3 hours. So if you are in the West Coast, like Kitty and I are, the show will be running until 7 p.m.
Beautiful.
Oh no, it's 7 p.m. for me now.
Ah, shit.
Oh,
Nope,
no.
Chip's gotta
I
go.
have to leave.
That's why Chips is ending the
So
campaign.
that's why Chips has to leave.
Yeah.
And if you're in the beautiful continent/country of Australia, it's 10 a.m.
Yo.
Nomia has to stay
love
here
that.
overtime.
Yeah. I gotta stay here until 7
Yeah,
p.m.
I'm gonna need you to fill in for.
Yeah, I'll-
Your
I'll
Chips
fill
called out,
in.
so I'm gonna need you to stay in.
I'll be both Sabin and Simone.
Honestly, I think Nomia has the range to do 2 characters at the same time.
I have the range. I mean,
Give me your
Well,
best
not
wet
unless
dog
it's a melee
voice.
character.
I could do melee.
But
Thank you.
Wait, was that
I'll
a
be here for
joke?
the next 3 hours.
Wait, was that a joke?
Was that a joke?
Wait, was it a joke that I didn't get?
melee is supposed
So
to
I said you have the range, and I'm like, well, not if they're melee characters.
Oh, right. Okay. I wasn't following.
I wasn't listening.
I forgot that you said range. I forgot that was a word you said.
Range?
I forgot that was a word you
Brain
said,
range?
okay. I thought we
Range?
were talking about maybe Super Smash Bros. Melee.
You know what? That actually makes sense. That actually makes sense.
And I was like, yeah,
There's layers.
I've never played Smash Melee, you're right.
Okay. Final sidebar before we begin.
Yeah.
Go to Smash Brothers Ultimate Character. We go round robin. Nomia, go first.
I've never played.
Favorite Smash Brothers character, go.
I don't know, I never played.
You use your heart.
Who are the characters?
There's like
Maxi, could you quickly
90.
list every character in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate for me?
Okay, all right.
So
what if we do this the form of Alaska?
Name a Nintendo franchise.
I don't know any.
You like Fire Emblem?
Fire Emblem.
Yeah. You like
there's lots
sword
of Fire
wielders.
Emblems.
There's also Fire Emblems? Oh, is
I'm
it
gonna go
Violet
with
in it?
Corrin. I'm gonna go with
Vi-
Corrin.
Violet's in Fire Emblem, right? Not
yeah.
Fire. Just look at
Violet's is-
Smash Brothers. I know some Violet. I know Violet's in Fire.
Yeah.
Ew.
Oh my god, Violet's confirmed for Fire Emblem?
Violet in Fire Emblem? Holy shit, guys.
Holy shit! I never would have guessed it.
Also, hi, Awesome Soul. Welcome to the show. Hello.
I'll go
Hello,
Violet.
hello.
I remember that trailer. I remember the trailer for Smash when Violet's announced. It has Edelgard in it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. She's in the back.
Kitty, your go-to Smash Bros. Character as the final sidebar before we begin playing. Go.
Mine was usually Kirby.
Kirby classic.
Yeah.
Very good. Very
All I
good.
know about
Chips?
Kirby is down B.
Yeah, I love the down
I
beat.
love playing Palutena.
Yo.
Nice, very good taste. You know what, Chips? You have never disappointed me. I, for
that?
one, I am a scum person. I love Snake. I love the remote control missile, and I am a human piece of garbage.
Is anyone gonna tell me who
With this
Palutena
sidebar done,
is?
What?
Who's Palutena?
She's from
Hall of
Kid
Fame.
Icarus.
Kid Icarus.
she's
okay.
the hot green-haired goddess
Yeah.
from Kid Icarus.
Oh, hot green hair.
She's kind of
okay.
bad.
Okay, I know
Yeah.
hot green hair.
Yeah,
It's
I knew
me.
that if I said that, Nomia would just like go through the folder of like, oh, hot green hair. Oh, here we go.
Well, my first thought was me, but then I was like, wait, I'm not in Smash Bros. I would.
Yeah.
Yet.
Yet. Next Smash
Hey,
character.
listen, there's
announced.
a VTuber like fighting game.
Yeah.
There's a chance.
But I want to be in Smash Bros. Specifically.
Valid.
Dude, what if just like what if the next Smash characters was just me somehow? I don't know how I would manage it. I get real into nepotism and connections. I figure it out.
You gotta reach out to Nintendo and be just slide it under the table.
And Noms, just bring it up to your dad and be like, actually, I know Shigeru Miyamoto. Actually,
Yeah, my dad knows Shigeru Miyamoto.
Yeah,
like,
my
you know,
dad
like,
also
I
works
ran.
at Nintendo.
Oh,
My
see,
dad
there you
works
go.
at Nintendo.
His name is Masahiro Sakurai.
Yeah, my
There we
dad's name is
Yo,
Masahiro Sakurai.
oh my god,
man,
I love your dad's work.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, I don't know what he does over there.
No.
Sorry, I just had a violent flashback to when Shigeru Miyamoto introduced himself as Mario's dad.
Mario's dad. What a
Pure.
good introduction.
He raised that boy.
It's so pure.
That's me when I introduced
Wouldn't that be like great? What if like
dad.
Masahiro Sakurai was like, yeah, I am Smash Brothers' dad.
I'm Kirby's dad.
No, Kitty, that's Iwata.
Is it? Fuck.
I thought it was Iwata who made Kirby.
No, isn't it Sakurai? Because that's why Kirby is so prominently in Ultimate, because it's Sakurai's baby.
It's his.
Well, you know what?
Child.
We're gonna let the gamers, the gamer historians.
If you think you love Kirby, he loves Kirby more.
Yeah, because he
You
birthed him.
draw a circle and then the eyes and then the mouth and presto, that's Kirby.
And it's a friend.
And he is shaped like a friend.
He's shaped like a friend, just like a Pokemon.
Much like the party members in our party composition. Here we have let's do a quick roundup of our characters. I do think I want to start with Yumechi first, because Yumechi, if you're new to watching me, Game Master, by the way, I take a very like relaxed narrator-esque approach. I am a fiction author by trade, so I very much like to think of myself as the narrator. I'm telling you right now, this episode is gonna end with us figuring out where Yumechi came from, so there won't be a lot of Yumechi at the beginning. So I would like, Kitty, could you please introduce Yumechi to us? Just like 1 or 2 sentences.
No one acknowledges.
Yeah. So I'll be playing Muna Yumechi, who is an idol who has been going through a rut in her career. She is finally, trying to recover from that rut when something happens. And now I'm a Muna.
And you have lost your memory over time. You've been at this island for a while, haven't you?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know when or where I am. 100%.
Perfect, magnifique. And I think, honestly, I see Simone as like the anchor for this group. Simone was gonna serve as a nice little POV point of view character. I see Sabin as more of like a character with a mysterious backstory that we're gonna learn more about. So Simone, tell me a little bit about you.
I'm the Ebe. No, listen, I'm the Ebe. Chips is the Gary. That's our dynamic here. I don't know how.
Yumechi, however, is not the Mary.
She's not the Mary, unless. Unless. But that's what our relationship is. I can't help but be the main character. I'm sorry. But Simone is a she is from the Kalos region originally. That's why she's a fletchling. And then she moved to a new region that is very like our own world, where she basically plays Pokemon like VGC players play Pokemon in the real world, like with strats and optimization and competitive play. And then she spent her whole life being like, man, I want to be a professional gym battler. And then she went to Galar, got scouted by one of the most famous gym trainers in the world, Kabu, to work as a gym trainer at his gym, and she was really excited for it. And then she found out that being a gym trainer fucking sucks, because you can only use like 3 level 20 Pokemon and you can't optimize anything, and her life has been a lie, and she's tired, and she goes home sadly.
As you can imagine, it's been really frustrating for someone like you with this incredible amount of Pokemon battling knowledge, to have to go out every single day and battle teenagers with your 3 Slugmas that are level 20.
Yeah, like Trainer Joey comes in every day. Like, I got 3 Caterpies, and I'm like, all right. You brought 3 Caterpies to a fire type gym. All right, so.
Come on, dude.
Like, I meet a lot of hops, and I'm just.
Oh yes.
I meet
very
a lot
excitable. They talk trash.
And
they challenge you to a race, but never actually stop to set the stakes. Yeah. We all know that.
Yeah, and then he's like, my Wooloo will defeat you, and I'm like, I guess it will, because I have shitty Pokemon, and you have 6 of them, and I have 3.
Oh gee, I wonder if I will use Growl or Tail Whip.
Yeah, it's very much like I could beat you in a second if I had my own Pokemon team, and I'm not allowed. Very frustrating.
and we will be learning about your final moments before you awake as a Pokemon at the beginning of this episode, much like with Sabin. Chips, tell us a little bit about Sabin.
Hello. I am playing Sabin, who will be a Mabostiff through this campaign. He is a former career battler from New Nova. He used to be quite a big name in the scene a couple years ago until he suddenly left the scene for reasons unknown to seemingly anybody but himself. And in recent times, he's mostly a has-been and has been forgotten by the general public, aside from like a few unfortunate encounters where somebody looks at him and is like, has anybody ever told you you look like Sabin? And it causes him, he may be dark type, but it causes him psychic damage every time.
He's Tony Hawk, but a dog.
Yeah, he has the Tony Hawk effect.
Also, Chips, how dare you? That joke is so fucking funny. People should clap. That was so funny. Dark types take no damage from psychic. That's what's so funny. It's so funny. I'm dying. Also, I love that the very first piece of art that Chips made of Sabin, sorry, was a young person asking, he's like, hey, are you Sabin? And then Sabin replying with yes, and then the child answering back with why, and then Sabin just looking very confused, and that to me really has established Sabin's lore. I love them.
That's it. That's his character. Oh my god, I forgot that Kitty said that picture of the bird with the butt.
What the fuck?
That's me.
The little bird with the little butt.
We have Simone going through a quarter-life crisis. Sabin's going through a midlife crisis.
Yeah.
Yuichi's going through something very strange.
He's going through a real-ass crisis.
Yuichi's going through a crisis.
Just a plain old crisis.
So here's the way that I'm thinking.
Oh, there it is.
Oh my god, yes.
It's because
it's a little covered by the
yeah. There we go.
by the goop.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. Hey, are you Sabin? Yeah. Why?
It's so good.
And then it's
Just
covered by
also, can I say
dissociation?
Okay. Sabin, kind of a hottie.
Kind of hot.
Kind of hot.
The thing about Sabin
I
is
tried
he's
to
kind of
make
hot.
I tried to make him look like a little bit disheveled, and everybody's like, he's kind of with it though.
Everyone in chat is going, "Auga, auga,
Auga. Hubba hubba.
I don't know, man.
Hamada.
I don't know.
This is Simone.
Yeah, there we
that's
go.
what she looks like as a human.
Yeah, that's Simone's
Nobody
human
really
form.
questions it.
It's just normal.
It's very true. Yeah. That's why it really has. It's not gonna be that much of like a dramatic change for Simone.
No, it's gonna be pretty business as usual.
All right, so we're gonna be beginning the session proper now. I am gonna be guiding you through a few scenes. I will be asking you what you see in your mind's eye. We're gonna be creating this stage together. Welcome to the Theater of the Mind. I very much love this place as a fiction author. I spend a lot of time here just imagining stories in my head. So let's paint a picture together. Simone, the spotlight is gonna fall on you for a moment. Your character does not know this. Simone, you do not know this yet. But in approximately, let's say 30 to 60 seconds, you're about to close your eyes and you're not gonna be a human anymore. The next time you open them, you will be a fletchling and you're gonna have a bad time. So I wanna ask you, this is gonna be the moment where you look back and you realize everything is about to change and I had no clue. Where are you? Are you in your apartment? Are you, in the back room of the gym that you work at? Are you, walking home from work? Where are you?
I think Simone is in her apartment. It's like midnight, like maybe even she has to wake up at like 6 a.m. bright and early to go to work, but it's already like 1 a.m. and she's still awake. It's totally dark in her apartment except she has the TV. She's sitting on the couch and she's got the TV on and she's just watching nonsense. She's not even really paying attention. There's like her apartment is like kind of barren to the point where it's like just like someone who's just moved in and hasn't really bothered to like decorate or really, it's basically functional and that's it. She's still got like some boxes packed up even though she's lived here for a few months. She's got an
I have a question.
Yeah.
I'm envisioning, I love the mental image of your painting, of course. I love the idea of like this space isn't really being fully lived in. There's still a lot of boxes that are piled up, you know. I envision Simone, you know, she might not even have bothered to put things in the closet yet, which to me, like, I feel like it really shows how Simone isn't here yet. This doesn't feel real to her yet. And a part of me envisions, is there mail just like on one side of a table just piling up?
Oh yeah. It's probably still like, she probably has like one of those mail slots in the door because it's Galar and that's pretty common.
Yes.
But like, she's in Galar, by the way, the Galar region.
Yeah.
She's living in, is it Hammerstoke that Kabu's gym is in?
I believe so.
She's in that city. And she's got it's basically a studio apartment. She has her couch that folds out into a bed that she sleeps on, but she just has it in couch mode pretty much all the time and just sleeps on the couch.
Oh my god.
And so it's completely dark, and then the TV screen is like blasting light onto her, and there's like many cups of like instant ramen like just on the coffee table that she hasn't cleaned up yet.
I love that. To the
there's
astute
one
viewers
that's still got some broth in it that she's still working on.
Oh my god, I love that. To the astute viewers who will be watching this first episode again later, you will notice that in the, as Simone is working on that very last little bit of broth at the bottom of the instant noodle cup, the TV is out of focus, and you can see there appears to be like a variety show, some sort of footage about like idol Pokemon trainers. You know, there appears to be like some sort of youthful new idol talks longingly about someone who inspired her in the past, and the camera quickly pans away. We cut back to Simone. Now, as you're about to finish up this cup of noodles.
I actually have something on the TV that I would like to play.
Oh, it cuts over to?
I think it's like the same, like maybe it's like a variety show that also does like news broadcasts, like those kind of things.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
And they're talking about like there was a segment where they were talking about idols, and then it cuts to a segment where it's like sharp shift in tone where they start talking about a ship that you know those Garfield telephones that washed up on the beach in France.
Oh my god.
It's like that they just kept, and it was like found to be like a container that was like stuck in a mine, an undersea mine or something, like an undersea cave. I think there's like a thing that says another like lot of like these weird Pokeballs that like seem to be like some kind of prototype, but no company is like taking accountability for who's developing these prototypes, and no one knows what they are, has like washed up on the beach near some region.
There is something about the news report, how stark in contrast that is to the variety show that was playing later. That it grabs your attention a little bit. There's one particular sentence that manages to like maybe gets in through one ear and comes out the other. People keep finding these caches of strange Pokeballs that no one knows who made them, and they don't work. When a trainer throws them at a Pokemon, nothing happens.
Yeah, I think it's just kind of assumed that like a dud, like a shipment of duds or something like that, or maybe they've stopped. Yeah,
or some sort of strange like waste disposal thing. As you're about to finish your cup of noodles, I don't want to insert any thoughts into your character. We're both navigating here, but I feel like there is a nice visual element of like you're about to come to the end of your noodle cup. The idea that the cycle is about to begin again. It's late, but at some point tiredness will claim your body. You will rest your head on your pillow and you'll wake up and it will be the same routine again. The same trainer Joey talking about his shorts with his 3 goddamn Rattatas that are level 16, even though the gym clearly says it's level 20.
It's like, how did they even get through the first 2 gym trials? Like, come on.
You're not only in a foreign place surrounded by foreign people, you're surrounded by foreign trainers to begin with. When you were this age, you were not doing this kind of stuff. If it's a fire gym, you bring water or ground Pokemon. It's obvious. They teach you that on the first day of Pokemon school. Is there frustration in Simone?
There's so much frustration. There's like that feeling, you know, when you're playing Pokemon Sword and Shield for the first time, or just like any of the newer Pokemon games, and you're doing the first battle with your rival, and they go like, wow, you've already mastered super effective moves. It's like she hears that so much of like people being impressed that she knows the type chart, and she's like, how do you people not know the type chart? You battle for a living. It's that feeling of just like incredulous like frustration of like, this is, how do you people not know this? Why is this, why I've trained so hard for this and it was pointless.
Simone, I have a suggestion. Tell me if you like this. Would it make sense for Simone, in a moment of overwhelming frustration, to snap that styrofoam noodle container?
I think she probably just crunches it into a ball. Like, once she drinks the rest of the broth and just crunches it in her hand, and like tries to throw it like a basketball into the trash can on the other side of the room, and it hits the wall and bounces off and misses, and she just,
I like that,
leans her head back exasperatedly. And I think at that point she turns to like the coffee, there's like a bedside table, like an end table at the end of the couch. She just reaches out, grabs the medication that she's just started taking, and she just takes one out, takes it, chugs it down with, like, just takes it dry, I think, and just closes her eyes, ready to go to sleep. Not even bothering to turn off the TV, really.
As you lower your head to finally have it make contact with the pillow, for a second it feels as though your bed isn't there, the ground is flat, and you have rested on a pile of leaves. The camera cuts away. Sabin, you're up to bat. Again, 30 to 60 seconds scene before we cut over to the Lost Island. And mentally, I don't know where Sabin is. You know, there's something about like a rainy street, you know, like concrete covered with rain, the reflecting lights upon the ground that just speaks to me as a film nerd. But I want to know, where are you, Sabin?
Oh, well, I did have an idea to set this scene.
Oh, let's go.
We'll add maybe a start of a drizzle for, you know, to show what's to come.
Yes.
We'll begin kind of zoomed out on Castelia City, when we're slowly coming in closer to this like big bright light where we can see like one of those like big LED screens that are like attached to like buildings.
Yes.
Going on right now, there is a thrilling champion match going on, and there's like a couple people like you know, general like a crowd of people kind of like gather around, and like you can hear them like cheer and all this, and you can look back up at the battle that's going on and see like how fiery they both are, and they're like with them and their team, and there's just so much passion in there. And we zoom back down to the crowd because we're not focused on them, actually. We're focused on a guy kind of trying to like push his way past them with like a bag of groceries. It's like, excuse me, pardon me. And he is just trying to make his way, you know, down to the subway station. He lives more, I don't remember what the little town was called, but he lives in that like peaceful little town that you take the subway to get to.
Hell yeah, I love that.
And he just came out here for some groceries. He's sitting on the subway. He's like a little wet. There's like some people on their phones. They're also watching the match. And he's just like sitting there, kind of zoning out a little bit, only
Anvil Town.
Anvil Town, thank you. Only punctuated by the little fluttering just under his his coat collar. There's just a cute little cutie fly who always happens to be with him, but was hiding down there not to get wet.
I love that. I love that.
And he gets a little text on his phone on his way home from his child, aged about like 13-ish, I think. Basically saying that she went to a friend's house and she's not going to be home tonight. And just with that alone, he can kind of understand that she's a young and spry battler. She's like probably his biggest fan right now, and while she's at an age where she might not entirely understand the nuance behind his decision or what he's going through, in that it might go beyond just like, you just gotta like believe in yourself. We can get you back out there. We can, constantly try to like push him. And he can feel just like in this message alone, there's an implication that she also wanted to watch the match, but didn't want to make him sad.
Yeah, the implied pressure that if we were both at home, we would be watching it, and there would be this weight of like, look at what they're doing, what you used to do, what you could be doing if something hadn't gotten in the way.
Yeah. And
I'm envisioning the very light drizzle caught against the street lights, and as the glow of the phone, I'm picturing like a really thick Nokia phone. I'm really sorry.
It's a fucking brick. You can't push that thing over.
And in this universe, there are smartphones, but he just has the Nokia.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes,
he's in his 40s-ish.
I love the image of the glow from the screen, the LCD, the liquid crystal display LCD screen, and I want to know, Sabin, what goes through your heart when you read that text? Because I know there's a lot of like you understand what your child is doing. But how do you really feel about it?
There's both a natural heaviness that, she felt that she had to do this to like, basically, my child's trying to take care of me. But I also
I love that.
think that that's mixed with like a sort of wave of relief.
that he doesn't have to go through this. Yeah.
She was right.
I really love that. I absolutely love that interplay. The idea of like the child, helping the adult. I absolutely love that. So, was Sabin? Are these groceries to make dinner for the two of you? Is there a little hint of like maybe like, oh, I guess I maybe shouldn't have bought all this from the you were at the convenience store, by the way. It's absolutely a convenience store. There's no way.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's, it wasn't going to be any kind of extravagant dinner, but it was intended for more than one person. So he is putting half of it away and, quickly heating up like something for himself.
For all of the soft-hearted people in chat, can we please get a shot of the cutie fly rubbing its little face against your cheek to cheer you up? Can we please get that?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's a very cuddly little creature. I don't even know if he actually owns this fly as much as it just follows him around.
I love that. I love that. So you're back at your apartment. I'm envisioning like a very tiny, like Japanese style, like apartment. You probably just have like the futons out. It's not even like bedrooms. You know what I'm thinking?
I've imagined like a little more of a bedroom. I
little bit more?
imagined
Okay,
it's
okay.
like it's nothing like too sad or like extravagant. It's a very modest housing.
Mm.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. I love that. I love that. You go about making dinner, and you know, as I told Nomia, the moment is about to come. The moment that you're gonna look back on this and realize this is the line between my life was somewhat simple, if not, still weighted by the past and the present, constantly clashing against one another. What is about to happen? What is the moment that you look back on before everything changes?
I think it's once he's had his meal heated up, and he's also, since the kid's not home, he does try to give himself like a little treat. He has a little bottle of soju. He's gonna enjoy himself somehow. And I think he takes his meal over to the couch, and tucked away, there's like a little shelf with various like DVDs and whatnot, and kind of like tucked away in there, almost as if he was trying to hide it. There is a little DVD of one of his old battles, and you think he's going to maybe reminisce about the good times in some way. But he may be more what's the phrasing?
Self-destructive?
Describe it.
Like less licking a wound and more like scratching at a scab.
Yes. Almost like a bullheaded way of like, no, see, I used to do this. It isn't entirely over yet. It's right here. I can relive it in this way.
Mm.
Oh, by the way, for the astute viewers, by the way, the news report that Simone saw was actually playing on the TV before Sabin changed over to the DVD player.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Do you pop the DVD on the player, or is there one of those moments where like you're about to put it in, and maybe something happens?
Or is he just thinking about it?
I think he did put the DVD in. I'm trying really hard to phrase this
No worries, you're good.
in a way that you guys don't react to.
We'll react. We'll react.
Oh no, I already voided it. Don't worry. And I think he's just sat down. We can catch like just a glimpse of a younger Sabin, kind of a pretty boy. Gonna be real.
Pog.
Fanboys and fangirls in the background, by the way. I'm thinking like what's the sword and shield girl? What's her name?
Marnie?
Marnie, like Marnie, kind of like Marnie, but not hooligans.
The team yell.
Yeah.
And I think
Team Sabin.
Team Sabin.
oh my god, no. And I think just as he's about to send out his first Pokemon in the scene, then we can get that flash to white.
As you look at your younger self and you were there, it's strange seeing it from a second point of view, from the point of view of the camera's lens. But you remember, the way in which you casted that first ball, that kind of like curb throw, and you follow the shape of your hand as you release the ball, and as you're catching the ball move in mid-air, you're like looking straight at the screen, and when you blink your eyes, you're staring at the midday sun. Sabin, let's keep following your point of view. You are looking straight up. You are on the ground. You hear the rustling of leaves and branches against the wind, and the distant sound of a seashore. I don't know how long it takes you to realize that you are in fact in this place. Maybe it is the scent of nearby flowers. Maybe it is the warmth of an island heat. But nonetheless, you find yourself laying down in the grass, staring up at the sky.
I think he kind of like blinks a couple times and is like maybe like, oh, did I fall asleep? And he kind of tries to close his eyes again in that way where you're like mid-dream trying to wake up, and it's like, oh, you know, you can't quite shake it off just yet.
You go to rub your eyes, but it feels different.
Yeah, it's a big meaty paw. He's just like I think he's like staring at it for a while. It's like kind of baps his face a couple times, like, okay, big boy, wake up.
It is all this rustling that suddenly wakes you up, Simone. Simone, you are in a pile of leaves, approximately 2 feet away from Sabin.
Can I have fallen out of a tree?
Yeah, you just fell. You just fell down from a tree.
I go like, ha!
And
it like shocks me awake.
I love the mental image that you immediately are back in your 2 little like bird feet, and you're like jumping around like an overly energetic bird.
I was like, I shoot awake, and then hang on, and then I'm like, what?
Yes.
And I look down, and the leaves are too big, and then I look up,
and you see the biggest marble stiff you've ever seen in your goddamn life.
Ah!
It's the size of a tank.
Oh, you're Dynamax? No. I looked out of the ground, and there are leaves, and I noticed that I have 2 little bird feet. No, not Dynamax. Regular. I'm small. Hello.
Hello. You're Sabin's just like looking between where Simone is on the ground and like where he thinks he should be talking to someone at, but it's also like, oh, wait a minute. Excuse me. Do you know where I am?
Simone, a Mabustiff is talking to you. Sabin, you realize you're talking to a fletchling.
Oh, you speak?
You also.
The fletchling spoke back. Also, hi, Mary.
Speak.
Hi, Mary.
Oh dear.
I think
I may have.
The camera pans to the side. We get this nice like profile shot where you can see like through the trees you can see in this nice little clearing a Mabustiff and a fletchling awkwardly talking to one another. But what we're seeing is the point of view of a floating little pink Pokemon, a Muna, called Yumichi. Yumichi, as you float towards these 2 little very confused Pokemon, how do you approach them and what do you say?
I feel like Yumichi like heard the Simone fall from the tree and like slowly glided over and is just like watching these 2 not know how to what they're doing or who they are. I just go, oh, we have new visitors.
I think I was so focused on the Mabustiff in front of me that a new voice startled me so much, and I instinctively go to like smack it, but I hit myself in confusion.
Yes.
I think as Simone is doing that, the ground around her shakes just a little bit because Sabin has taken like a full jump backwards.
Yes.
Oh my! This is one wild situation.
Yes.
This is one wild situation. He's kind of like walking around in a circle at this point. And like muttering to himself like, oh, I must have had too much soju.
Yes. Yeah, I'm happy you made that joke. I was about to make it myself.
I think Yumichi comes like, you know, to form the triangle basically of you two, and it's like, hello there, new Pokemon. My name is. She has to like think for a second. Yumichi. I'm Yumichi. What are you doing here?
I fell out of a tree.
I think I was taking a nap. But,
Oh yes, I also fell asleep. You're right.
Oh, excuse me, Miss Yumichi, was it? Where are we precisely?
Oh, this is. And she stops again.
I think Simone looks over to Sabin, just like that little thing where you just like look over, just like, is she gonna keep talking?
Is she gonna finish that sentence?
As the ellipsis gets longer and longer and longer, the camera pans away from this, like a top-down view. We get to see like, and it keeps zooming out and out and out and out. And we see that it's an island, and the title "Pokemon Mystery Dungeon" tabletop role-playing game, Lost Island, and the dreaming voyagers. The title comes on the screen. By the way, as the narrator, I am the person in charge of keeping track of like the internal logic of the world. So if you're ever like, Max, where are we actually? You can just always ask me. By the way. For instance, if Yumichi was to ask me, where are we exactly? You are in a glen, not too far away from the new settlement. There was recently a commotion in this Pokemon Island, and a settlement was washed away by a dam that broke. So most of the Pokemon have relocated themselves to the nearby beach. That is what Yumichi would know. And maybe this thought passes by them eventually, maybe let's say like about 2 to 5 minutes after, you know, the ellipsis dragged on.
Yeah, Simone and Sabine
both
have
just staring at her.
Yeah, we've had a full conversation about like if she's okay or not.
I don't know. I think she might need some help.
Did
with
she
this.
like
I
power
don't know how to
down?
help. Do
is,
Muna
what if
do that?
I don't know. I don't have much experience with mana. They don't have very good stats.
Do Muna dream of electric marines?
God damn.
I always thought they were cute, but I've never.
They are pretty cute.
I've
We're
never used
on
one.
an island.
Oh, you
There's
talk
a
again.
settlement nearby. Of all the Pokemon, a lot of things have happened on the island, but there's a little village over here. I can take you there.
Okay.
That sounds great, actually.
Perfect. Follow me.
So much like in the Pokemon games, this is the part where like the song that plays when an NPC is dragging you around starts playing, by the way.
It like fades to black and there's just sound effects. The newer Pokemon games do the thing where it fades to black and there's sound effects because they don't want to pay for animation.
Thank you, Chips. So as you guys are walking by, you're surrounded by wonderful, lush vegetation. This island is vibrant. It looks beautifully healthy, completely untouched by human hands. There is large, beautiful flowers. There's trees overflowing with berries.
And everything looks bigger because we are small.
Yeah. You know, maybe as a human, you never looked at an orange berry and you thought, oh man, that's definitely a full meal. But now, in your current state, an orange berry is half the size of Simone.
Yeah, I'm looking at these orange berries like, oh my god, that's so, why is it so huge? Also, can I don't know how EZG6 works in this way for like, but I kind of want as Simone, because I don't know how. I think Simone should feel this way, so I want to do some kind of role for if Simone can kind of like, because of her knowledge of Pokemon and like how they work, I think I want to see if I can do a role to see if I can gauge the general region that we're in, just from like the landscape and the Pokemon that I see around.
That's perfectly fair. I absolutely like that. So, roles in ECD6 are relatively simple. If I don't know if you want to scroll down, I have like the cheat sheet on the screen. It's underneath
for the benefit of the viewers. Oh no!
Secrets.
Secrets.
Yeah, don't look at the spoilers.
Yeah, Maxi, move the spoilers out of the way. so I can roll down. There we go.
There we go. Perfect.
We were running a modified version of ECD6 by DM Scotty, by the way. It is a lovely, very light, rules-light system that I have adapted to be about Pokemon instead of dungeoneering. You roll 1d6, and you attempt to beat a difficulty number. The difficulty scale is right here on the screen. A target number of 2, you have to match or exceed it, is a Togepi. 3 is normal, also known as the difficulty of defeating a overcoming a Bulbasaur level of difficulty. Hard is a Scyther, very hard is a Charizard, and super hard is a Mewtwo. I think, and a lot of the rules in this game are going to be very context sensitive, so I feel like Simone, as someone who is a very traveled trainer, who has recently moved from one area to another.
I'm going to do this really quick, don't worry about what's happening right now.
No worries.
It's
oh
god,
there we go.
This is way more. Move it over.
Oh yeah,
here.
thank you for adding the character sheets.
There we go.
They're
By
too
the way,
big.
all characters have boons and banes. Boons are things you're good at, and banes are things that you're bad at. For a Pokemon game, we've decided that banes are basically just the types that are effective against you. That just makes sense to me. The difference between a boon and a bane is basically advantage in D&D. If you have a boon, you roll 2d6 and keep the highest roll. Likewise, a bane roll, you roll 2 dice and keep the lowest result. We also have oracle rolls for like just rolling on oracle tables, but that's completely fine. And I'm thinking, honestly, seeing as how you are a well-traveled trainer, I feel like this is a normal difficulty challenge, so your target number is 3 and up. Feel free to roll a basic roll when you're ready to go.
Yes, I probably should have brought these character sheets up earlier, but I didn't.
It's okay, you're good.
Yeah, but basically I want to see if I can assess just by walking past. I'm assuming that we're going to like walk past some Pokemon like as we're going through. Yeah. So I'm just
and
gonna,
also, you know, the type of trees, the position of the sun, the type of berries, you know.
Less the position of the sun and more like what kind of Pokemon I see, because like I've assumed that like as like a VGC player, I know like the Pokedex of most regions. And like
you're playing like Wordle but with Pokemon.
Yeah,
I'm
doing Pokemon Wordle. I'm being like, so there's Slowkings here and there's Fletchlings here, so blah, 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 like I'm doing that. A basic roll?
Yes, basic roll.
5.
Okay, a 5 exceeds a target number of 3. You have gathered enough data to have 2 resolutions. First and foremost, the variety of Pokemon that you have spotted. Like, I want you to imagine, by the way, it isn't like you're in the middle of human wilderness. Yeah. In Pokemon wilderness, there's Pokemon everywhere, right? You spot, you know, let's say like a little Larvitar like dragging a little stick. You see like a couple like Alola and Rattata like moving some stuff around here. There is proof that might lead you to believe that maybe you're close to something like Alola or Kanto. Particularly the presence of, you know, something like not Larvitar. I said it a second ago.
You said Larvitar.
Larvitar and an Alolan variant of a Kantonian Pokemon.
Okay.
That being said, there are some contradictions in here as well. You may or may not have spotted, you know, also, I mean, the presence of Sabin also kind of brings some questions, as well as your presence here and the presence of Yumechi. A little bit contradictory. It doesn't seem like a straight up answer, but it definitely seems like it might be somewhere close to Kanto and or Alola. Okay.
So I think pretty quickly I'm going to deduce that I'm on some kind of island. Just because island type Pokemon seem pretty common. I think if I'm saying that like there's a settlement on the beach, that implies to me that like there's like probably a lot of water type Pokemon around here, so I'm thinking like island places near islands. I'm thinking like island Pokedex entries. That's what I'm going for.
Yep. I like that. You know, maybe a part of you is like, I see a lot of water, maybe we're in Hoenn.
Yeah. I think I think Hoenn, I think Kanto, I think Alola. Those are the 3 I'd go for, but I also am like, Sabin's here, that's Paldea. That's not close to any of those places. That's weird. And also I want to point out that Simone does not fly anywhere. She just hops. She does the little sparrow hop. She just goes
I love that. I absolutely love that. By the way,
she makes that sound effect.
The viewers, the viewers will be able to track the character's bonds by how close is Simone to just standing on their heads as they're walking about.
Yes,
Yep.
I think Simone, I do think that she makes, anytime she lands, she makes the sound that Teddy's footsteps make in Persona 4.
Oh my god.
She makes a squeaky sound.
Also, by the way, yes, when we achieve the final triangle of friendship, we will have a World of Final Fantasy / Tsum Tsum style Sabin, Yumichi, and then Simone on top.
Yep.
We can make we can do a precure like team attack where we all put our hands in together
Oh my god, yes.
and summon a beam of light.
Okay, I do want to say, Chrono Trigger style dual techs have been unlocked, by the way.
Let's go.
Yes. Yes.
I will lower the target number if 2 characters do a dual attack together.
Let's go.
Let's
Also,
fucking
I'm
go.
gonna add
Also-
to beautiful fucking shit fuck the Tyranitar mid boss.
Yeah, shit for the Tyranitar.
I already forgot about shit.
I'm gonna put
Tyranitar.
I'm gonna do a session 1 notes. I'm just gonna put down notes. And I'm just gonna write down things that I notice.
Hell
and if
yeah.
anyone else wants to note down things that they notice, feel free to do so.
Hi, Duppy.
Duppy.
I'm just gonna write Simone's notes. Island. Continue talking while I write this down.
Yeah.
I was actually going to say.
I think while we're all walking, Yumichi realizes that she didn't ask their names, and is like, "Oh right, what's your names?"
And I think this is when Sabin, who's still kind of muttering to himself, like, "Oh, I don't know what's happening."
I think
Where he kind of
It's
like,
like, this was a really, really lucid dream.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think Simone kind of looks to Sabin because she's used to being the youngest in the group, and is like, I always wait for the elders to go first. I'm just gonna assume. So I just look at Sabin. I'm like, are you gonna go first? Like expectantly.
and I think that's the one part where you kind
How
of like.
how much psychic damage did you take from being recognized as the oldest one, even as in Pokemon form?
Yeah,
Well-
roll for damage.
Yeah, I'll roll Bane. I'm like, he's a dad. He's gotta be like somewhat okay with being old.
I love that.
He definitely does sense, you can't quite tell how old a Pokemon is exactly. He doesn't think.
That's fair. That's fair.
But he does certainly feel a particular young energy, at the very least, from the little fletchling that's like constantly
Yeah.
popping around. And I think it's Simone's comment in particular that kind of like you can hear like the little like bubble pop where he's like finally out of his own head and it's like, I'm sorry, my name is Sabin.
Sabin? I think that's when I
yeah.
think Simone just immediately like hops and turns to face directly to you, like does that thing where she like cuts Yumichi out of the
Stops.
conversation.
Yumichi is turned around and like floating backwards.
Yeah.
While looking at you guys.
I think Simone like stops dead in her tracks, is like, because she's like, I knew your voice sounded familiar. And Lucy goes crazy.
That's what's happening at Sabin's head.
Yeah.
Just Lucy
Yeah.
Bark.
I do want to say that Simone's outburst of sudden energy catches the attention of several Pokemon nearby. They appear to be gathering like nearby
Yeah,
woods
she
and
said-
some berries,
she says
and they'll
that
kind of like
she
stare
says
at
it
you.
way too loud.
It's way yeah.
And it stops him in his tracks. There's like a visible like a skid to a stop.
Yeah, just the
I do want to say a couple of grubbins like stop what they're doing to like stare at you, and they kind of maybe they do like a little like shake of their heads and they just keep working.
I think Simone kind of like flashes back to reality, and is like, "Oh, that was rude." She turns back to Yumichi really quickly and says, "I'm Simone." Hi, Sabin. I'm assuming. Well, you're a Pokemon, so I'm assuming just same name. Sorry. One of my favorite battlers of all time is named Sabin. So I just got excited. But I don't know. And Simone just turns away and starts walking up to Yuichi again.
You could see the point where Sabin was like trying to like triangulate an answer to that because it's like Rowlet jumps on his head. You're pressing him.
Don't squish him.
So I just realized that we should definitely have a Rowlet character.
100%.
Yeah, yes, absolutely. You can see
so small.
where Sabin was trying to like triangulate an answer to that before Simone, ever energetic, hops right off, and over her little bird shoulder, there's a visible look of relief that he doesn't have to navigate that or start trying to comprehend it.
Yeah, Simone basically just talked herself up into a frenzy and then immediately talked herself back out of it, and without giving you a time to think. And it's just
and
Yumichi does not react to this, and is just like, "Oh, nice to meet you," and
nice
just
to
keeps
meet you too,
floating.
Yumichi.
And in between having this nice, lovely triangular handshake, and making it to the beach, you probably learn like one more thing about the settlement. Yumichi, what is it?
Yeah,
No,
Yumichi, what's
just
the
in
one thing
general.
about
Yeah,
settlement?
what is it, Yumichi?
Is it some? Is this
I'm not setting up anything. I'm literally just saying
Okay.
just name a fact about the settlement.
okay? You kind of have to pass over like a little creek to get to it. So it's just like a tiny little creek, but once you pass over that, which leads into the ocean, then you get to the beach settlement.
And you do so by a little fallen over a log.
Yeah.
And you see there's like a thicker log and a thinner log for like little like ratatas and like grubbins. And I assume Simone takes that little path and Sabin has to take the larger one.
Yeah, Simone still hasn't realized
and
that she
Yumichi
can
just
fly.
floats.
Simone still hasn't realized that she has wings. So she's just gonna go hop, hop, hop.
I'm envisioning that a couple like rock roughs look up at you, Sabin, because they've never seen something. They've never seen something like you.
You're huge.
And I'm gonna say that you notice in their eyes a certain youthful sparkle of excitement of like, wow, maybe I hope that maybe one day when I grow up I can be as big as you.
Oh. There is both the oh no, but along with that, you can't say like oh no to like a big-eyed puppy, right? With like
No.
looking at
No.
you with the
Never.
biggest, wettest eyes, and I think as he's passing them by, he will give them like a nice little nod of acknowledgement as he's following these two.
I don't know why I feel like if they had to call you something, it'd be like Grandpa. Hey,
Grandpa.
hey Gramps. Hey Gramps. Hey Gramps.
Oh.
Well, that's a big one. That's the biggest Pokemon I've seen in a while. Hey, wait up!
I think Simone turns and looks to the Rockruffs and is like, "Oh hi, you're a little Rockruffs." She's like a very analyzing, taking stock of every Pokemon that she sees.
Could you please do me a Bane roll, please?
A Bane roll.
Yes, you're a tiny little bird. Do they even notice you?
3 and 2.
No.
No.
Oh no.
It's not in a mean way. Like it's just like
They're so enamored with.
They acknowledge that you exist, but it's not like, oh wow, a fledgling. They're just like they turn around and they're like, hey, wait up.
They run off.
I think Simone thought that they were approaching all of them, and then it was like, oh no, just approaching Sabin, and she goes like, oh, never mind, read that interaction wrong, and just turns like very robotically to continue following Mana.
There is a parallel in mind between Simone approaching him like, oh my god, and these little rock roughs approaching him. It's like, things are really different here. I must have been just like really stressed.
I'm like, I swear to God, if I look up rock roughs and I learn that they're like 4 feet high, I'm gonna be so fucking like, because I'm like,
They're
but by
huge.
the way, Pokemon size is
Yeah, they're
relative,
8
okay?
feet.
Nidokings should be like 6 feet tall, but they're like 4. It's dumb, okay? Pokemon size makes no sense.
Yeah, and
Also,
and
fletchling
fur
is technically a foot
taller than
high.
Charizard.
It's a Rockruffs are 1 inch, or 1 foot 8 inches. 1 inch.
They're 1
Yeah.
inch
They're
tall.
1 inch tall.
Just a baby.
And wee wee.
They're
They
just
are
little
1
guys.
inch tall.
Yep.
Also, I think
But-
fletchling is technically like a
Little-
foot tall,
little
which we are
pebbles.
not going with.
who would
Fletchlings are not a
who
foot
would
tall.
win? 100 100-inch Rockruff or 100 1-inch Rockruffs.
I couldn't bring myself to punch a dog that small.
I
No.
couldn't punch a dog.
Says the dog. Anyways, so you guys finally make it down to the beach. You get that wonderful sense of beautiful emptiness as you look at the horizon and it's just ocean. The water is like vibrant blue and green, like it's this beautiful white sandy beach. But yeah, that's emptiness over there in the distance. There is no smokestacks of ships. There is absolutely no kind of like civilization in the distance. It's just big white ocean, like you're in Survivor up in here. Also, hi Crow.
Hi, Crow. Hi, Duppy.
Welcome in.
And much like in the TV show Lost, we have this nice set piece. You guys are looking out at the ocean, and the camera pans 45 degrees to the right, and you see what appears to be a new settlement. You see a mishmash of Pokemon, all of them working together to build little shelters and to gather food. Some of them, I will be entirely honest, look a little bit disheveled. The Alone on Rattatas have like the hair in their head is a little bit like, you know, sticking out as though they woke up in the middle of the night. There's definitely, you know, there was a large commotion, but it appears that things are calming down. You notice, you know, there isn't any like injured Pokemon or anything. There are a few Pokemon lacing in the sun, namely one Slowpoke. But it appears as though there is a large group of Pokemons gathered around one central Pokemon, which trainers will recognize as a Slowking.
A Slowking.
Now, I'm putting the piece on the board. You don't have to approach the character yet. I do want to say, members of the party, you find yourself in this brand new settlement. There are people going out and about their business. What do you see yourselves doing at this moment?
I think as soon as we arrive, Simone's just like, I'm out of my depth. I don't know what I'm doing here. And I just turn to Yumichi expectantly.
Fair.
What about you, Sabin?
I think Sabin would take interest in the people who are working on, like, you know, building little structures and such. And he might want to, like, ask them a bit.
Oh, I'm absolutely. Let's take a quick little second and imagine you're not like, you know, this isn't like, you know, welcome to New Town in Skyrim. Would you like to loot all of the shelves if we're talking
Yes.
20 NPCs? It's not really that.
Right.
You know, I imagine you literally take like a little detour near the sandy banks. You know, quite a ways, like literally at the threshold between like where the nice grassy like knolls begin and the beach starts as well. And you see a handful of Pokemon. I am envisioning a few Mudbrays, definitely Crabrawler. I'm picturing a Crabrawler with like a stick, like measuring like how high like this like little shelter has to be. There's like piles of dry leaves, some like palm leaves, and you know there's back and forth. Definitely not everyone agrees with. Is this Crabrawler the architect of the group? Holy
Oh my
crap!
god.
I think he's
Oh
the
my God.
architect.
I absolutely love, you know, his eyes are not particularly looking at the exact same place, but that's perfectly fine. There's constructing happening, whether it's effective or not, that is not up to me to decide. Sabin, would you like to approach this group of craft Pokemon?
Yeah, I think that's where his mind immediately went. I have this I have this image in my mind where
Yes.
this might be where he finds out that you cannot tip this bitch over. In that
Oh my
God.
they might just like, as he's trying to converse with them, they start using him as like a little support for
my
one of
God.
like their like large branches, while someone else is like securing it at the top.
I feel like I envision the way that we ended up here is that you approach them to talk, you know, and like, you know, I don't want to say they don't pay attention to you right away. It's just like, you know, there's a lot of voices, you know, a lot of people figuring stuff out. I'm envisioning the crab roller. It's a ruler. He's holding like a ruler made out of like a stick with marks in it, and like as people are like talking back and forth, it's waving the stick. It loses balance, and instead of falling back, it makes contact with you and stops falling. Like literally you completely hold him in place, and it's, you know, crab rollers are actually relatively large, wide dudes, by the way, and it is at this point, you know, I want you to envision the crab roller is like at a 45-degree backwards, standing on its very tiny last back legs, and everyone turns around and is like, how is the crab roller levitating? Oh, there's actually a huge canine Pokemon just holding him in place.
It's a big old dog.
This is the point where he wrongly thinks he's like in the way in a bad way, and it's like, oh, I'm sorry, and like scoots over a little, like falls
Oh my God.
over.
And I do want to say, this is not in a mean way, but I'm envisioning a Mudbray walks up to you, and like draws a circle around you, just like staring, and with its head attempts to tip you over. It is not successful.
It's like
Saban...
the only movement you get out of him is just like from like, this is kind of weird. So he's like a little uncomfortable, so he's kind of like shifting a little, but it's not because of the force.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this is great, by the way. I'm gonna say there's one Pokemon in the back who sees what is happening, notices you're in fact shifting your body. A Beware steps from the crowd, this tall pink and black bear Pokemon, and I want you to understand, okay? The crab roller, maybe the Mudbray, their eyes open wide as they realize this Beware is about to push you with all its might, and it leans forward. And it does the anime thing where its feet are pushed back, drawing a path on the earth. And I honestly, I feel like at some point a Pokemon like bursts out laughing, and everybody just has that lovely anime moment of like, ah, that's hilarious! Nothing can push this Pokemon!
And at this point, it's a bit too much attention for his comfort, so he's gonna like kind of slink back over to Simone and Yuichi, and it's like, I couldn't figure, something we got sidetracked.
Also, can I ask a gameplay question, Maxi?
Before you do, I want you to know that Beware walked back to the tree line and pushed the tree straight out of the ground, by the way. For a hot second, the Beware was like, have I lost my touch? No, that tree's gone.
My God.
Several Vika-Bolt and Charger-Bugs are cutting those branches, by the way, to use for fuel and to build shelters, by the way. Simone, yes?
I was just wondering, could I have just 1 HP out of 3 right now because I fell out of a tree and then hurt myself in confusion?
Oh, okay, I was gonna be, it should be 2, but no, you did hit yourself, you have 1 HP. I'm okay with this.
I have 1 HP. I just wanted to say no narratively, did I take damage from that?
No, I see, like, here's the dealio, okay? I love the players who are like, can I please be in a terrible position to begin with, Max? And I'm like, you got it. The last time I ran a campaign with Kitty was like, can I please fail this roll, Max? Can I just
failed
choose
like
to
so
fail?
many rolls. I was like, this is great. I'm gonna fall on my face in front of my crush. This is great.
Listen, I just wanted to know that I really did hurt myself in confusion.
I will have you know that Shoujo campaign had a moment where I'm like, I'm gonna roll this die, and if it's very, very high, your rival might have stabbed a girl in school one day because she talked to her crush. I just want you to know this. Thankfully, the roll was low.
Yeesh.
Oh my God.
There was one reality in which we went really, really hard on that campaign, and thankfully we did not roll that.
Okay.
There will be times where, let's say, I will roll dice and we'll see where we get there. But you're saying, Simone?
I think as Saban walks back over, I just go, yeah,
I think so.
Yumichi just like didn't say anything, was just kind of like looking in that direction but not at what was happening, kind of snaps back, is like, oh, since you're new here, I should introduce you to the village leader. Come with me.
Okay.
Oh,
And Simon
of
just
course.
hops.
And we get a lovely shot as like the three of you you're coming from the bottom of the screen as the camera pans up, and you like step into the circle of Pokemon as they're conversing. They're also having food, by the way. I'm picturing like a mystery dungeon, like a little like floor of like leaves with like baskets in it, and Pokemon are walking up and taking like orange berries and lepa berries and what's another good? Pinap's good. Pinap's good. And you know they're enjoying a meal together, and as you walk into the circle, you notice there's one large figure in here, and it is a Slowking. It is very regally. It is not eating, but it is in fact conversing with several small little groups, almost as the figure hoping that everybody is okay. I'm not gonna make you roll. This person clearly has the air of a leader. This is someone who, before they can even think about sitting down to eat, they gotta make sure everybody is okay. And as soon as they see Yumichi, they take a few steps forward and they let out this sigh of relief. Oh, Yumichi, I was worried. We've sent someone to look for you. Just a little while ago, I believe it might have been Mura who was looking out for you. It's great, and at last noticing the large canine and the tiny little bird, and who are your friends? Hello there.
Yumichi definitely didn't know how long she was gone for.
I'm gonna do an oracle roll. The higher the number, the more hours you've been gone for.
Let's go.
Oh no.
22.
You've been gone for 22 hours.
That's so many hours.
So many hours.
Yumichi.
There was a chance she could have been gone for 100 hours.
There was a chance you could have been gone for 4 days.
Oh my god.
Sounds about right.
Yumichi, she's having the world's longest girls' night by
Truly.
herself.
But I have the mental image, because Yumichi just floats around. Maybe at some point you dozed off and you floated up until you got caught by a branch? Like a balloon? Like
Oh
a
my
balloon.
god, yes.
Freaking balloon.
Slept there for a while.
It's like we just tie a ribbon around Yumichi and hold her.
Yep.
So yeah, Kane approaches these new Pokemon. We're gonna see him for Kane. He's giving me like a mask vibe for sure. I did joke that Karen and Kane are T for T, so just saying that right there. And like he kind of like looks at both of you. I'm gonna do an oracle roll. The higher it is, the more likely that Kane knows what the hell a Mabostiff is. I'm gonna say that because we know that Slowkings have like higher knowledge. He knows you're a Pokemon, and maybe he can even sense that you mean no harm, but he has never seen a Pokemon like you before. Maybe that its large white eyes open even wider to be like, and who might you be, fella? The name is Kane. I am the leader of this lovely group of people. Can I offer you some food? Please, take what you need.
I think Simone this entire time has just been like eyeing the berries, like just like being like, I don't want to just take one. I don't know if they're available for everyone, but I'm really hungry.
Simone, if you take a berry, stuff your face and gain 1 HP.
Yes, I'm gonna, as soon as Kane says that, I say, thank you, sir. Like, not sure if sir is the correct title. And she just hops over and just smashes her face into one of the berries, not fully understanding how beaks work yet. So she kind of just stabs her beak into the berry,
yes!
realizes she can't open her beak inside the berry. That's not how it works. And she's like, and she pulls her beak out and she's just covered in orange berry juice. And she's like,
yeah, I want the mental image of like you stab it and for like your beak went straight through the berry, by the way.
You can see the beak on the other side. Yeah.
So yeah, Kane has approached to Sabin. How do you introduce yourself?
He makes himself like once he realizes he's in the presence of an authority figure and a seemingly wise figure at that, he sits up a little bit straighter. He like realizes how much he's been drooping, and he says, hello, my name is Sabin, sir. me and
Sabin. That's an interesting name. Kane kind of like wriggles his forehead. Sabin.
He's waiting for it to come.
Sabin. And like we did the moment where like the camera, the screen is cut in half. Sabin is staring at Kane. Kane is staring at Sabin, and then Kane shrugs his shoulders and goes, "Oh, nonetheless, where would you two happen to have come from? I've never seen a Pokemon like you."
I know this isn't D&D, but is there a way I could roll an insight check to check if Kane thinks that Sabin is the Pokemon species name or if it's just Sabin's actual name?
Oh, I love that. I love that. Please absolutely give me a basic roll.
4.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I'm gonna say, considering that Slowkings are really intelligent creatures, capable of human speech, I'm gonna say there's something about Sabin's name that leads the Slowking to believe that is in fact its given name, not its species name. And if I had to give you a glimpse into Kane's mind, Sabin spoke that name with too much familiarity and intimacy in a way that a Pokemon species would not mean to. Like Kane would never say Slowking with that kind of intimacy.
It's like,
you know?
Mabustiff, my good friend. It's like,
yeah, absolutely, you know? It's like me saying, "Oh yes, Nomia, Australian."
It's like if you referred to me as Australian.
Yeah.
It's like, my good friend Australian.
Oh, and what about you, little one? Kane walks over to you, and you know, it's doing that pose, by the way, like its arms behind its back and like leans forward a little bit and smiles at you. Very amused by your strange way of consuming berries.
I think Simone looks up, and because she's so small, the slight, like, gentle, friendly lean of Kane actually, like, looms over Simone in a way that she's not expecting, and it, like, blocks out the sun. Like an eclipse. And so she's just looking up at this Slowpoke, just very high up, and she goes, "Hi, I'm Simone. Is it one berry per person? Pokemon? Is it one berry is it one berry for everyone?"
Kane smiles. "Oh, Simone, it is as many berries as you need to get your fill. I don't think it will be many, though." He laughs.
Ha ha ha!
Because you're tiny.
Thank you. And I'm gonna eat it.
Do please take as many berries as you need.
And I'm gonna poke. I'm just gonna stab my beak into another berry and bring it over to the other one, so I have a plate. Like I have a little plate made out of a leaf that I put my first berry on, and I'm just gonna like toothpick another berry onto my leaf, so I can get up to full HP again.
Consuming that lepa berry does in fact fill your little bird tummy. You're back to full.
Yes.
I actually like the meta narrative that like you guys restore health by eating berries as opposed to like finding health potions. I like that. I like that. I imagine like you're all wounded and you're like, are there any berry trees nearby?
Yes, I'm at full now.
Are there any hot available berry trees in my area?
Oh, I should have made.
They all can be winners. Okay, listen.
Someone remind me for the next TTRPG stream to make a little ad section like Maxi you have on your Pokemon stream, so I can put them with the ads.
Yeah, I think Sabin will also take a berry, but it's just like full in his maw, like big berry, and it's like he closes his mouth for a minute. And he kind of like looks over to the side, and he does like the lock orange thing.
Yes.
Yes. I'm pogging here.
Chomps it whole.
I think Yumichi is kind of like explaining that she found these two in the woods to Kane.
I will say, by the way, when you mentioned that it was in the woods, Kane narrows his eyes a little bit and says, he asks you, and we're doing this like in in a montage. He asks you if it was anywhere near. Let's call it the Black Rock.
The Black Rock.
Black Rock mentioned.
Also, Kitty, you have dropped from the Roll20.
Black Rock shooter. Oh no, Kitty's gone. Kitty died.
Oh,
Kitty's
still
back.
has me here.
maybe it was just on my screen.
Kitty's back. No,
and
Kitty
I know,
died for a
of
second on
course,
my screen, which is back.
Of course, you were not near the black rock, but we're just dropping that
I
nice
was gonna
little
say,
bit right there.
does Yumichi even remember where they were?
Could you please, you know what? Let's make it an oracle roll. The higher the number, the more you know what the black rock is.
Ooh.
Oh, you remember, by the way, sorry, I rolled it too, but no worries. You know what, actually, Yumichi, could you please do the Metal Gear anime thing where you say black rock back to the person who said the thing?
The Black Rock.
That's right, Yumichi. No one is supposed to go near the black rock.
No.
Especially not after what happened last night.
We weren't. They weren't there.
Kane opens his mouth as though about to start, saying something. When, in dramatic fashion, he is interrupted by the crab roller with a ruler and Modbray and a couple other builder Pokemon. The crab roller kind of like barges in and it's like, "Hey, boss. Where are we getting the next set of lumber, boss? We got the first hut ready to go. We just gotta set up the lumber, boss." And Kane is like, "Oh, lumber? Didn't just send someone out to get it?" And the crab roller kind of like, it scratches at like its forehead with at its temple with the ruler and goes like, "Yeah, I asked Moore to get it, but Moore never does nothing." And then Kane suddenly realizes that he sent Muro to go get Yumechi, and the crab roller sent let's call him the architect. The architect sent out Muro to go get lumber, and Kane kind of sighs and realizes that relying on that very lazy slowpoke is not going to be very successful for this new settlement. Kane sighs again and goes, "Don't you worry about that. Go get yourself a couple of the youngins and gather wood from the forest. It'll be fine. The huts can wait for a little bit longer." The crab roller and the rest of that team kind of like nod their heads and march back towards the forest.
Is there a little Machop with them?
There is, in fact, a little Machop with them.
Let's go.
Can I point out a plot hole that you accidentally set up? You said Yumichi's been gone for 22 hours, and a thing happened last night, so Yumichi wouldn't know about.
2 days ago.
Okay, so a thing that happened 2 days ago, so Yumichi knows about it, because otherwise Yumichi wouldn't know to bring us to this settlement. Okay, cool.
True.
Thank you for pointing that out.
Suspicious.
Thank you for pointing that out. I really appreciate that.
Listen, all I do
Yumichi
is
broke the dam.
Yeah, Yumichi, because otherwise Yumichi would be like suspect number one.
I do want to say, by the way, to Yumichi, it feels like it literally happened last night.
Yep. I have no concept of time.
If you want to patch that up, you can be like, "Oh, last night," Yumichi says, talking about the topic that we literally abandoned like 5 minutes ago.
Yes.
Yep.
And upon bringing the topic of last night, Kane clarifies that it was 2 days ago. And I don't know if y'all want the we could do a montage where I can just explain what happened 2 days ago, or we can do it beat by beat. What do you guys want to do?
We can have the conversation.
Yeah.
So which of you wants to do the Metal Gear thing where you ask the question back to the person who said the statement?
While we're having this conversation, I'm gonna BRB real quick.
I feel like I'm the plucky young character that needs everything explained to them.
This works. I like that.
So I think Simone looks up from her berries and is like, what happened 2 nights ago, night before last? And also, is there a way to clean a beak? I don't know how to clean beaks. How do you do it? Do you know? You don't have a beak.
There's some water nearby, probably.
Kane Kane looks to the side. There is a Vullaby, a baby Pokemon that literally wipes its face with its wing, and that's all that Kane has to say regarding that point.
Okay, got it. And I like shove, and I like crane my head and like shove, like wedge my beak between my wing and my body and like shoot it off.
By the way, Simone, you've just realized that your neck can turn so far.
Yeah, I think I do that, and then I look up, and then I like have a moment of realization, and then I look back, and I'm like, oh, sorry, keep forgetting. Yeah.
By the way, you do the thing where like you turn your head so far that you think it can't keep going, so you're actually turning in place. So you're like you're doing like the dog thing with the tail.
I just start walking around in circles, but I'm like, man, my neck can really turn around a lot.
Maxi just like reaches out a paw to like gently stop her.
Oh, okay, sorry. Yeah, what happened?
Sabin, please say something about Simone having fallen from a tree.
Excuse her. She's a little confused. When we met, she had just had a bad fall.
Oh yeah, I did fall. I fell out of a tree.
You don't say. Well, we do have some person berries there on that bowl if you'd like one. Nonetheless. Personberry cues confusion. Anyways, whatever, it's fine.
I just filled myself. I think Simone's just like, oh, that sounds nice, but I just filled myself up on berries. So I think she's like, but I probably should eat one because I've been told to. That probably would help. But like, I think I've hit my head. And I hit myself earlier. I'm probably confused. Personberry would probably help, but I just ate all berries, and I'm like grappling with like, it wouldn't be worth it because I don't have any health left.
Yes.
I'm like min-maxing. I'm like, I don't want to waste my items.
By the way, Simone, could you please give me a Bane roll real quick?
Okay.
Yeah, okay. You're certainly having a really horrible realization of how the hell do health berries work. It's like, am I supposed to hold them in my mouth? Where do I put them? You know, like if I was to hold this person berry for the next time I got confused, how would it even work? And in the middle of that shock, Kane finally starts explaining what happened.
Yeah, I think Simone's just like, she just has that realization, and then she's just looking at the person berries and like squinting her eyes. And
It's
she's
that
just
meme
zoned
with
out.
the math.
Yeah. She's got the math
is like not
floating.
working
Oh my
out.
god. We gotta draw. That should be a thumbnail for another episode.
She's like, I keep giving my Pokemon things to hold. I mean, not when I'm at work. I can't do that when I'm at work, but like I did it previously. And then I think Simone just like spirals down like a whole like, she's like going down like one of those things where she starts thinking about one thing, which leads her to thinking about another thing, which leads her to thinking about another thing, and then by the end of it, she's like completely like spiraled into a completely different topic that she's just thinking about as she's staring off into the distance.
Kane is about halfway through like the first explanation, or like the first like half of the explanation when you finally come to. You catch the gist of it though. Kane says that about 2 days ago in the middle of the night, a nearby dam that had been built by, members of our community and our sister community, the dam suddenly burst, washing away most of our houses. Thankfully, not many of us were injured, and we were quickly able to tend to the wounded, and it's been now 2 days. Feels like it's been only a handful of hours, I'm not going to lie, but we're establishing a new settlement out here. Thankfully we have, and he smiles and looks around the circle of lovely Pokemon and says, we have a hardy group of survivors here, and we're going to be establishing a new settlement any second now. We have our, and he pants in the direction that the crab roller and the other guys went to. We're setting up shelter. We have food. We are near a source of water in that little brook. You must have passed it on the way here. I do think that we are on the right path. And there's a hesitation there. Kane almost appears to have, with a ballet dancer's agility, dance around the topic of the dam breaking, focusing instead of the positivity of everyone's alive and we're doing pretty good. But there's definitely a question hanging in the air.
I think Simone does that little bird head tilt thing. When birds tilt their head. And she goes, a dam broke? Like very, like not even like trying to dance around it. Like he was clearly trying to dance around it and she did not read that at all. She just like very front forward with it.
Kane like stares at you, like blank stare, and says in a monotone tone, that appears to be the case, yes, little one.
Why? Aren't dams usually pretty strong?
With his arms behind his back, this Slowking looks up at the sky, as though considering, maybe considering, you clearly did not mean the philosophical question, why would anyone do that? But maybe Kane takes a second to realize that with his hyper-quick Slowking brain, and does not come at a satisfying answer, so he simply says, little one, I don't know.
Oh, well, there could have been a structural issue or perhaps an unfortunate accident, like, you know, a sudden storm. Are those common to this area, or?
Yeah, I think Simone immediately is just like, oh right, I'm trying to figure out where I am, and she's like, yeah, storms or like earthquakes, stuff like that, those can affect dams. Was it something like that?
Simone, as your game master, I will remind you. You may want to ask about volcanoes.
Oh yeah, I think, and she's yeah, I think she also asked about if it's a volcanic
She's just
island.
going down the list of natural disasters.
Yeah, I'm just listing off
I love
natural
that.
disasters awkwardly. Like cyclones,
How do you feel
or
about
like tsunamis,
how do you feel about tornadoes?
or tornadoes.
13.
Even Pumpkin, you know.
There is no volcano, by the way. Kane laughs off at the idea of a volcano. I was like, no, thankfully, I don't think a volcano might have been the reason for that. We have quite a few. You know, I consider the idea of an earthquake, but we have, you know, several diglets in the settlement. They would have noticed a change like that in the earth.
As soon as he says that, Simone just like notes in her brain and also on the document, okay, diglets, no volcano. Hot available berry trees.
Imagine like a huge like Wordle board, right? And it's like a logic puzzle of like, okay,
Yes.
it can be A, but it may be B. But if it's C, it can't be D. There you go. Welcome back to Professor Layton and the Pokemon Village.
Big diglet population. And I think she just goes, they were talking diglets, not wiglets, correct?
Ooh. Does Kane know what a wiglet is? Let me
That's
roll.
what I want. I want him not to know what a wiglet is.
Kane narrows his eyes at you. Wiggler, little one?
Wiglets.
Wiglets.
Yeah, you know, like,
Wiglets.
in, like, you know, Sabin, he's from Paldea, and Diglets from Paldea, they're wiglets, not diglets.
Graves, not. Oh my god.
So
Sabin's
I'm
like bubbling through all this, like,
So
I'm
I'm
like-
just thinking, because I'm just thinking about like maybe where we are. Sorry, do you know what Paldea is even? I'm sorry, you're a Pokemon.
Sabin, do you manage to get out the fact that you're from Unova?
I think he would say, actually, I'm from Unova.
Unova? Unova doesn't have Mabosstiff. What are you talking about?
Well, that's a conversation for another time. Again, my friend does seem to be confused.
Oh, right, yeah.
We'll get her that berry once her stomach settles.
I want to know
go back to my
how
berry.
Slowking reacts to this, because you've mentioned a bunch of human words. I
purposely wanted to mention a bunch of human words.
57, man, this Slowpoke is playing things very, like, coy. This Slowking, excuse me. Kane kind of, like, you know, I wonder if Kane, you know, imagine the yellow pad where they're writing their notes. On one side there is, like, it's a column of reasons why you may just be a hyperactive fletchling that is super high on the sugar rush of, like, several orange berries.
Yeah,
and a
I'm eating more
berry
berries than I'm supposed to.
and the other column of, like, well, they are saying, like, that's a lot of human words that most Pokemon don't actually know.
Mm.
I almost envision that, like, the average Pokemon thinks of Kanto as, like, Western Mount Silver and Johto as, like, Western Mount Silver.
Eastern.
Yeah, Eastern. No, wait. No, Kanto is Eastern. Kanto is east of Mount Silver. Johto is west of Mount Silver.
They got the Easter Bunny there. Jesus died there and was revived.
Shut
Long
up.
Bunny is there. We don't need to talk
Lopunny
about
is
her.
there.
Simone takes note. Okay, so there's no Lopunnies in this place.
No
Okay.
Lopunnies.
Yeah, I feel like eventually you're gonna have, like, a little notebook. You're gonna find, like, a
Yeah.
pencil and a notebook, and you're like writing all this stuff down.
I'm doing Morse code with my beak. I'm pecking into a leaf. Picking holes into a leaf like a caterpillar.
And as all this is going on, Sabin, it does, like, quickly add in, you know, where we are truly grateful for the hospitality of you and Yumechi.
Oh, absolutely, no problem at all. Listen, it's a big island, and there's a lot of Pokemon out there, and we are just here to have a little piece of peace. And
Like the
I have
J-Hope
to
song,
say,
Pure Peep. Sorry, that's a K-pop reference, my bad.
Kane also an adept enjoyer of K-pop that catches the reference, but chooses not to break the flow of the conversation.
No, Maxi, explain how the Slowpoke knows what K-pop is right now. Go. How does it know?
Okay, so I would assume that there was probably okay, so let's go.
He can hear it through the waves. He can hear it through the radio waves.
The radio waves.
So the way that I like to run the way that I like to run
5G.
D&D campaigns or role-playing campaigns is that, like, I don't plan things, and I tell you guys, when an idea comes up, I will tell you guys so we're all on the same page, because we're basically just enjoying a story together. I'm telling you, I think at this moment it's not canon yet because it has not become true in the narrative, but I think this might be an island of Pokemon that were brought here as experiments to see whatever that weird Pokeball does. That's what I'm thinking in my head. That's what is gonna go in the notes at the moment. I think that Kane knows because Kane, as a Slowpoke, might have lived in a region that had K-pop, but in the Pokemon world, and remembers that. Probably
and
an older band.
knows J-Hope's first album, Daydream, which features Pure P, aka Piece of Peace.
Yeah.
Slowking loves J-Hope.
Yeah. I mean, among others. But and maybe Kane is Kane has a flashback. When he was just a little Slowpoke. In the streets of insert name of Pokemon City here, listening to the K-pop on the radio. And on the Pokemon radio, by the way, as a matter of fact. But nonetheless, anyways.
If a Pokemon game ever bases a region off of Seoul, that's where he's from.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, we can work with that. So
Yumechi has like a flashback when they're thinking about K-pop, and is like, K-pop, and just can't figure it out.
Oh no!
Sorry. So just like the camera zooms in. The camera zooms in on that empty eye, those empty eyes.
Yep.
Not a thought behind those eyes.
Nope.
Wait, K-pop doesn't stand for OK pop?
It stands for cool pop with a K.
Oh, if the K is a wrong spelling, it could stand for anything. Combat pop?
Mortal Kombat pop.
MK pop! MK pop! Anyways.
Okay.
As everyone is having a completely different thought,
yeah, this is the tangent that Simone went on in her brain as she was staring off into the distance, and they were talking about real shit.
Yeah, and nonetheless, Kane, of course, in the course of that, introduced to several members of the community. There's a Pokemon over there that gathers berries, a Pokemon over here that's been in charge of, like, making sure everyone has water, and, this is a ragtag group, but everyone is definitely trying their best, and it's a lovely little Pokemon community. There is, of course, a lot of Islander kind of Pokemons here. There's definitely a lot of Alolan Pokemon here, and Cantonian and Johtoian Pokemon. That's a terrible way of saying that, but whatever, it's fine. After Kane explains, Joties.
Joties nuts.
Joties. God damn it. Okay, all right. Bonk. Kane asks you guys first and foremost. Hello, Violet. We're doing a role-playing game actual play where we are Pokemon. People who have been turned to Pokemon, hence the Mystery Dungeon part. Nonetheless, Kane the Slowking, the leader of the settlement of Pokemon, first and foremost, invites you guys to the settlement. Everyone is welcome here. You don't have to, pitch in, especially if you're wounded or tired, but he expects that, if you joined, you would be willing to help around.
Does he at all feel suspicious about the new members of the community?
Not at all.
Okay.
No, not an ounce of suspicion. Absolutely not an ounce of suspicion. No, not even of Sabin, who's a Mabostiff and a Pokemon that Kane does not recognize. and I'm gonna assume that Kane knows, what a Muna and a fletchling are. But definitely not a single ounce of suspicion. Even considering that a dam recently broke and it caused an entire village to wash away.
So he's expecting new Pokemon to just show up out of nowhere.
Many of us were displaced. I wouldn't be surprised if more and more of us were reunited here at the beach.
Okay. I think Simone, I think, looks up at Slowking and then over at Sabin and Yumichi and is like, so do we like live here? I don't know much about wild Pokemon.
Ooh, a part of me, I especially love the underlining of wild Pokemon. Let me do an oracle.
I'm so glad, Maxi, you're picking up on everything I'm putting down.
I want to see. Oh, you know what? Actually, 11. I actually think that only the Slowking and maybe like another Pokemon in the circle catch your specific phrasing, and Kane, who we have established, may or may not have been an actual city Pokemon. City Pop Pokemon, please feel free to check out that album on Spotify.
And the City Pop RPG game on mobile that is totally safe for work.
Kane narrows his eyes. Well, the first thing you should do is get settled. If you feel like helping, consider helping. There's a lot of people around here looking for help. You met the architect just a moment ago. He's setting up some shelters, but gathering berries. Also, communicating with our sister settlement would also be very important, though. Kane kind of looks away for a second, almost tugging at its little collar. Heaven knows, Arceus knows that I wouldn't want to go there myself at this moment.
Sister settlement? There's another one nearby?
Is there something wrong?
This is a great moment. You know what? It is at this point that just on the corner of your vision, Sabin specifically, because I envision Sabin as being further back than Yumechi and Simone. You see a low waddling pink form, and in comes, stepping into the circle, a lacy slowpoke.
He's here.
This is Muro. Muro steps into the circle, hardly able to stay awake, and first picks a berry off of the basket before saying anything. After it's taken a bite or two.
I accidentally poked into that one. Sorry. Is that okay? I didn't realize how powerful my beak was.
I want you to know that for a second it almost bit into it as your beak was in it. But Amuro managed to notice a second before it bit down on you and your beak.
I was saying that when I went to stab the berry earlier, my beak was a lot longer than I expected, and I accidentally poked another berry in the pile.
Oh my god, I love that. I love that.
No worries, buddy. I'll take the next one.
Do you make smoothies here? That one would probably be good for smoothies since it's damaged.
Nope, still pretty good.
Pops it into its mouth. It tosses it up and catches it in its mouth.
Nice. I think Simone is very impressed by this move.
Kane says something to the extent of Muro, where have you been? And Muro replies with a nice hearty,
I was just catching some sunbeams out on the beach. It's been a tough time for everyone. I figured I deserved a little shut eye.
Kane narrows his eyes, of course, at the notion that Muro, who had been tasked to not only find Yumechi, but also gather wood for the settlements, was in fact lacing around in the sun. It is at this point, the camera focuses on Muro, and I'm going to ask you to let me cook.
Okay.
Let them cook.
I want you that for a second there's a snap around us, and we're not standing on a beach. We're in fact standing on a stage. Muro stares straight at the camera. The spotlight straight on Muro, and Muro says,
Hello there. My name is Muro. I am the slowpoke who breaks the fourth wall. Welcome to the stage of our story.
The slowpoke slowly walks down the stage and is walking in between the aisles where everyone is watching the play.
I would like you to know that I am the slowpoke who will betray the party. They do not know that this is going to happen, and in fact, only the players know. But this here is what makes the storytelling of our play, The Theater of the Mind, so enjoyable. So I want you to enjoy the drama that unfolds from here onwards as I, Muro, prepare my master plan to betray the party.
Oh my, this is one wild situation.
Muro is slowly walks back up to the stage, returning to the spot where it was before. And I want you to picture like the Paper Mario style like battle arena. You know, like there's like the curtains and it's brightly colorful. And Muro stares at the camera, gives him a little wink, and we return back to the world as it was a second ago. And Muro says with a nice lazy yawn,
Oh, so, who are these guys?
I think Simone looks expectantly to Yumichi and Sabin again to go first.
Yumichi just goes, I found them in the woods.
Yes,
Oh.
my name is Sabin. I'm from the woods.
Sabin of the
Simone.
Woods. That's too long. I'll just go with Sabin. What about you, little bird?
I'm Simone. I'm from, and like Simone, cycles through her head. Like, do I say the woods? Do I say Kalos because I was born there? Do I say unspecified region? Do I say that I spent most of my childhood in, or do I say Galah, where I live currently? And she just like pauses too long after saying from, and she just goes, "I'm Simone from."
Simone
Woods.
from. That's still too long. Just Simone will do.
Okay.
Yumichi, it's so nice to see you again. Here I thought you had just floated off somewhere. Probably caught by the wind or something.
Medicine time.
It's in time.
Medicine.
Continue.
Hey everyone,
I think
Muro here. I want to let you all know to take your meds.
Yumichi has no idea how long she's been gone for and just goes, I guess I did float off.
And
Mama
you,
did
big
do that.
guy. Weren't you the one making a commotion a little bit ago?
Oh,
I just
I'm
heard from the
trying-
Machop. He was going wild.
Oh,
Yo, Kane, have you heard about this?
Kane, of course, shakes his head, and Muro regales everyone with a retelling of what happened earlier. And let me tell you, if you thought that, like, the way that Muro tells it, Sabin could have, like, stopped, like, you know, the world from changing, you know, beware, charge forward at the highest speed possible, and nary an inch was Sabin moved. And in fact, everyone was moved by Sabin's inability.
And everyone clapped.
And everyone clapped, and a nearby Pokemon handed you a crisp new orange berry. Kane, I'm gonna say does not believe any of it. So Kane turns to you and says, "Is this true? Are you really incapable of being moved?"
Simone headbutts
I-
Sabin's leg a little bit.
I mean, he like wiggles his paw a little. I'm not sure exactly what happened. I meant to ask the architect and the workers about what they were building and where we are and about the settlement. And it appears I got caught up in a little bit of something. The big bear
as you're
tried to push me over.
as
It's a little strange.
you attempt to finish that sentence, in the adorable wet cardboard way that you are, Muro like points like a thumb at you like backwards and is like,
Damn, Kane, if we had just a bunch of those, we wouldn't need any wood. We would just build a whole, like, hut out of those guys, huh?
Mabustiffs.
I
I think
bless
Simone
you?
just. Oh, that's the name of the kind of Pokemon Sabin is. It's a Mabustiff.
Wait, you're telling me
Yes.
you're not just a Sabin Pokemon?
Muro did not
No,
know that
no,
that was
I'm-
your name.
I'm a boss.
No.
Oh,
Again, look into that empty face as it says,
Wait, you're not the Sabin Pokemon?
No, it's
and
Mabustiff.
Saban's looking at him, like, with the biggest, wettest eyes, and he understands there's not a thought behind that of the other one's eyes.
Maba stuff. I don't get it. Anyways, Sabin will do. That's shorter.
I guess, yeah.
So, where are you two from? Never seen Pokemon like you around here.
You've never seen Pokemon like me before? I do the head tilt thing again.
I mean, like, you know.
Muro just like turns its head like towards the Vullaby. There's probably also like a Braviary nearby. Braviary?
Yeah.
Braviary.
Yeah, whatever, that one. I can't pronounce it.
You know, we got bird Pokemon here and there, but none like you.
Okay. Someone notes
and,
that in her head again.
I almost feel like I don't know why I like the mental image of like Kane just like softly like presses on Muro's forehead and goes like, no, Simone here is a Pokemon like the rest of us.
It makes a
He's squi-
dent.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
squishes
that's
into his head
like a
like
beluga, like a
clay.
beluga, like a beluga. Like a beluga, I love it. You know, Simone here is a Pokemon like the rest of us, and is welcome to join our settlement.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
Fletchling. That's what I am. I'm a Fletchling. I evolve into
Fletch.
Fletchinder, and then I evolve into Talonflame. I get fire typing. It's pretty cool. I start off as not very good, but Talonflame's actually pretty good. It was competitively viable for quite a few years.
Fletchling?
Simone, I'm afraid he like leans closer, which is like very close to the ground, so he's actually kind of like laying down a little. He's like,
Yeah.
I don't think this one would understand that kind of thing.
Right, wild Pokemon. I'm not used to interacting with wild Pokemon.
Oh well, I mean, I think it goes beyond being wild.
Oh, Slowpoke, right. Yeah, I get it.
He just rises
Muro,
back off after that aside.
Muro, who has not caught any of what you guys just said, probably eats another oranberry and lazily, like, I want you to picture the way that the sprite is, but it's actually on its back now. It's on its back now, just
Yeah.
like chilling.
Just roll
A-
over.
And yeah, it rolls over and asks Sked,
So, boss, when are we gonna go see the water settlement, huh? I sure hope they're okay. Hope that they didn't all die.
Water sentiment?
Kane kind of like steps forward and is like, yes, we have a sister settlement, led by a great leader, a very, very strong, Muro shows Kane a little bit of mercy and look, like, again, it's looking with its tiny little dot eyes at you. Yes, Kitty?
I was just seeing if Yumechi remembered.
50-50, do you remember?
No.
Do you want to show Kane some
She
mercy?
forgot.
You should be the mercy. You should be the yeah, you should do it.
I should be the Mercy?
You should be the one who says who it is.
Wait, you mean Karen?
Kane does the equivalent of the Animal Crossing shocked emote. Like there's like the hard piano key
Queen.
press. His eyes go blank, and there's like the white explosion around him, and it's like, you know, he hangs his head a little bit. Yes, it's Karen, and Muro kind of like, you know, being the lazy little fuck that it is.
It's like, oh, yep, that's his ex right there. Yep. Let me tell you, it didn't end well. Oh no, it was bad for everyone involved. It was bad. It was bad. Anyway, so yeah, when are we gonna go make sure there aren't all dead, boss?
Pokemon have exes. I think Simone's just muttering to
Saban's like,
herself.
well, you know, I've definitely noticed some of my Pokemon in the past have been more affectionate towards each other than others, but I didn't realize they had
Your Pokemon got married?
such well, not like married. I didn't realize they had that kind of
I never knew I had such
social.
inside.
No, it has nothing to do with the heat. I didn't realize they had that kind of societal structure to allow for these kinds of relationships.
Yeah, I didn't.
I like
I
the
didn't
image of
expect
you,
that.
Mitch. She just like slowly
Yep.
floating towards the side.
Oh,
I was,
hi,
like,
Maro.
inching over.
So we're doing like that 70s show, like panning from face to face, and like when it comes around, Muro's like standing right next to you guys.
And yeah, and it like pans, and then Mura's standing there, and Simone just goes, "Oh, hi.
Oh.
You're also in the circle."
Yeah, you know, I
Can
might
we-
have had an ex once. It's hard to tell though. It's one of those things where like you never
Who?
know. You know, can you really know? You can't really ever know. Anyways, yeah. So what's your guys' deal, huh? Yeah, you're doing the whole, you're like talking close to one another. What's this? Oh, come on, you could invite everyone in.
Yumechi is not talking. Yumechi is just like listening.
Yeah, that's what I see. Yumechi agrees with me. What's up? You know, would you like to talk to the rest of the class? Oh, yeah, what's going on here?
I'm just a little bit out of my depth, I think. Is there anything that I can, Simone's like frantically thinking of like things that she could offer to help with the current situation. She's like, I know a lot about stats. And
Perhaps we could
moves?
go meet with this this other leader from the other settlement, or
Oh, that is so low. That is so low. All right, how do I interpret this? How do I
I
interpret
thought it was
interpret
60 for a second, but then I realized that it was 6.
The other way.
Kane, at the mere implication of having someone else take care of this problem, Kane immediately steps forward, and there's a change in his demeanor. And Kane says, I could never ask you to do this for me. You know, yes, it's true that maybe there's been a little bit of a spiky relationship with us and our sibling, sister settlement, but we're still, you know, it's our sister settlement. So there should be, you know, one of us should go check, of course.
What is it?
Let me actually do the flip.
if
No,
there's
but I am quite busy here. I am quite busy here. What to do?
Do you want us
well,
to
perhaps
do
if
it?
there is some, it may be good for us to go
Meet the
see her.
neighbors.
Yes, especially considering we're quite new here, and if there is you know, any ill feelings between you two.
Fresh start, because we don't know each other
fresh
yet.
start. Yeah, we don't know each other yet. We have just entered your settlements, and we have Yumichi as a familiar face to guide us as well.
Yeah, I can show them where it is.
Oh. Well, you're new here, and you don't have tasks yet. You know, everyone, and like Kane kind of like pants around. You know, everyone does have a job at the moment, and it would be. And Yumechi's a member of us already.
Poke jobs.
Well, and I like that Kane is now looking at Yumechi, because Yumechi is like, in a way, the anchor for this group of adventurers.
Somehow the reliable one? Question mark?
You know, and Kane like stares. By the way, I love that we're playing with the PNGs. By the way, this is great.
Yeah, it's a puppet show. This is what all streams devolve into.
By the way,
the mind and also puppet show.
also by the way, Muro's asleep. By the way, Muro has passed asleep.
I was
passed
wondering
out.
what that little face was.
Muro, I thought of doing this one, but that felt a little bit like too much.
Yeah,
Don't
he's
kill him.
asleep.
Immediately died.
Anyways, so Kane looks at Yumechi and
Whoa, too
says,
far out.
Yumechi,
Help.
would you be willing to go to the sister settlement and see how they're doing?
Yes, I can lead them. I remember the way.
You remember the way for sure?
I think so.
You could take someone with you if you'd like.
Who should I take?
Do you guys want to take a Pokemon with you?
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's go. This is why I love doing the things the way I do, because I'm like, ooh, okay, so who should you guys take with you?
I think
either
Simone's
name
gonna.
a Pokemon you think is cool, or just freaking.
I think Simone's gonna ask, well, what kind of area is it? Where is it?
Kane walks over to you. Sorry, I start talking without pressing the button. I'm having so much fun. Kane walks a little bit closer to you and says, oh, well, our sister settlement is in a nearby lake. It is a little bit closer inland. The brook that you got over to get here is, in fact, it is a runoff of this larger lake. It is a what is the opposite of salt water? Fresh water?
Freshwater.
Freshwater.
Fresh water. Thank you.
Fresh Avocado.
It is a fresh avocado lake.
God damn
And it is home to a lot of aquatic Pokemon, of course.
Okay.
Namely, my ex, Karen. She is the leader of that settlement, and I do not assume that their settlement has been impacted heavily because of the dam breaking. Definitely, the washing away of our settlement is probably the worst of it, thankfully. I can't imagine what I would do if their settlement also took a hit. But nonetheless, if the three of you would be willing to do this for me, I would be in your debt. And the Slowking slowly, lightly bows its head and closes its eyes.
Maybe a water type Pokemon then? Cause I don't know if they're like under the water. I don't know if any of us can actually.
Under the sea.
Simone's gonna try and dunk her head into the ocean to see if it works. Like if she can see or do anything when she's underwater.
She's
not expecting herself.
Roll.
Bait and roll.
9. You can't see shit.
I'm gonna perk my head up out of the water again and shake my feathers and be like, okay, yeah, we need a water Pokemon, I think.
All right, let me see. What are some water? Oh, a Wimpod would be hilarious.
Fucking Wimpod.
Oh my god.
A Pyukumuku would be hilarious.
Oh my god.
Is it Pyukumuku? Are we going for Pyukumuku?
Pyukumuku?
I love Pokemon.
Let's go.
All right, let me go get a picture of him. All of you that could think of what his name should be. Now, go.
He's based off a sea cucumber. What do we think of when we think of sea cucumbers?
Pepino is Spanish for cucumber.
Pepino?
Can you be Pepino?
Pepino.
Pepino.
He's Spanish for no reason.
Pepino. That's Italian. What are you talking about?
Pepino.
Little Pepino.
Also, he's huge.
He's a foot.
He's a big boy.
He's the same size as me. That his hidden ability is unaware.
Mood.
Oh, not another one.
Wait, it's a foot tall, but weighs 1.2 kilograms? What?
That's about the right size.
Okay. Oh, I thought 2.6 pounds was like way less than it is. But no, that makes sense.
No. So I wanna know. Can you show me? Sorry. I wanna know.
Little guy.
I'm gonna do an Oracle roll because I wanna see. Is Kane picking Pepino because Pepino is not very good, or because they are very good? Low roll means that they are bad. High roll means that they are very good and resourceful. Holy crap! That is freaking
Damn.
tactical espionage.
Incredible sea
This is an
cucumber.
incredible sea
Great
cucumber.
vegetable.
Great
Kane looks over his shoulder and calls out for Pepino, and like right away, this little flat fuck like emerges into the front.
The dice roll on my screen is 9.
Oh yeah, I see a 9, but now I also see a 91.
No, and I'm always looking at the results table. It's a 91.
Yeah. In the chat it says 91, but also there's someone absolutely going to town on the weeds outside my room.
There was a second where I was like, what's this ominous music?
Yeah, it's ominous music.
It's Pepino just mowing the grass. It's just spinning very fast.
Yeah, it's just going spinning around.
Okay. Could I get one of you? Could one of you do an Oracle roll for me? I want to know what Pepino's personality is.
Okay. I'll do
Yeah.
there.
Ooh, 72.
72.
Also, Chips,
Rebellious.
your dice matches Pepino.
It does.
Yeah.
Someone else give me an oracle roll. I want to like a little bit rebellious, maybe they're like a little bit on the younger side, and give me one more.
Kitty, you go.
You want to do it, Nums? Me?
Your
Okay.
dice matches it more. Ooh, 20.
20. Confused?
Oh hell
Oh, no.
yeah.
Oh, not another one.
My brethren.
Oh my god, this is absolutely great. By the way, anybody who's wondering, I am using the reference sheet from Starforged by Sean Tompkin. It is a spiral-bound book. It is absolutely lovely. Pepino, if someone wouldn't mind writing this in the notes, Pepino is a little bit rebellious, but also a little bit of a confused fella. I'm gonna say that like Kane looks over their shoulder and calls out for Pepino, and again this little flat fuck comes out, and is the and
Oh, I forgot to put the fucking.
Hey.
I forgot to put the scroll back
Hey.
up.
I'm gonna give him a little bit of a sleepy voice. I feel like we're gonna read him as being a little bit like slow, a little bit like taking it nice and chill. Hey, call that to me, boss? And Kane says, "Oh yes, Pepino, would you be willing to take these 3 to go see the sister settlement, see that they're all doing okay? Use your water abilities to make sure they can navigate all the way there and come back." And Pepino, of course, in a nice sleepy tone says, "Oh, absolutely. I just caught myself a nice little nap, so I would love to help. Yumechi, are you going to be our leader in this expedition?"
Yeah, I know the way. I think.
That's awesome. I've always looked up to you, Yumechi. Mostly because you're always floating, though. And, ooh, a little birdie and a... Oh! Could you be Sabin the Wall? I've heard your stories. Or was it Sabin the Mountain? I forget which one.
Just Sabin
Sabin.
is fine.
Can Sabin the Wall actually be like the name he went by in like his
Oh,
his
oh
my
days?
God,
Oh
And
man,
he's
yeah.
Sabin walled his foes. Oh my god.
Yeah, and they've accidentally given
yeah.
him the same name.
Yes.
Oh my god. Sabin's Pokemon setting up Reflect and Light Screen and then just baton passing. Oh my god.
It was so
oh my
cool.
god.
Absolutely. Like you want like chunky water types. There you go. Sabin had a Wailord, a freaking Snorlax, a Slowbro with
I do-
a rest set.
I do think that there was a Milotic on his competitive
Oh
team.
yes. Absolutely oppressive. No, some people let out a sigh of relief when you quit. They were like, "Oh, fine. Oh my god."
It was so cool.
Everyone
Else was going for speed strats, and Sabin went against the
Yeah,
grain
yeah,
and just
and
went for full
you know,
wall HP.
A good
He's not
defense
even
is
wild.
the best offense.
Mm-hmm.
So Pepino, kind of sleepily.
If you're all ready to go, I am good to. I'm limber up. I'm ready to go get moving.
Do you just wiggle around on the ground to move?
Sometimes I like to roll.
That's really fun.
Let me actually roll to see how good is Pepino's roll. It's a
Alright.
pretty good roll. I mean, like
Ooh,
I
he's
will say that
stumbling.
there's some gyration going on there, because it's a sea cucumber, but like it's pretty good.
That's pretty cool. I think Simone tries to roll over as well.
Simone, give me a basic roll. I want to see how good is your rolling.
Yumechi rolls in midair.
5. Great roll.
I have to say you're really getting used to your bird-like body, by the way.
Yeah, I'm really getting into
No,
it.
Sabin's like, do I roll too, or
Yo,
am I
Sabin,
just-
do
I'm
you want to
like,
roll,
do
Sabin?
I-
Do you roll like a brick trying to like?
Bonk.
Oh my god.
He's
Just
gonna
go
do a bang roll.
Do a Bane roll.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Bane roll it.
Oh,
Oh my god.
Oh,
pretty nice.
I wonder if it's a matter of speed. Because if you shoot a brick out of a cannon, it's gonna roll. I don't know. Maybe you two are getting really used to your Pokemon body.
oh.
As it says, Sabin, I want to give you a chance tell us, what do we see when you land this incredible, and I do not mean to understate this, fully evolved level of Pokemon performance?
Go,
Oh
Saban, go.
god.
I
Go
believe in
Saban,
you.
go. Look at him freaking go. So, oh my god, I'm just looking at the shape of him and I'm like, how does this thing
Yeah.
roll?
I want you to know, by the way, a part of me, I just look at Saban and I'm like, he's made out of Minecraft blocks and he's like 2 blocks wide. That's all I can think of when I look at him.
Right? He's
He's
built
like a
fucking
cow.
bench.
Simone's also
He's
rolling
built like a
over here.
Minecraft cow.
Simone's rolling. I don't think you guys can see it on your screens, but
Um,
you can see it on my virtual
See that?
Oh,
camera.
I love
Oh my
that!
God.
Oh my god.
I'm rolling, dude.
I think since he did so well against the odds of his body, his age, and that he
Oh, no.
does feel kind of silly rolling. I think like he's going kind of fast for his like really like brick, Minecraft block like shape. Maybe it's almost like a little bit of a rollout motion where he's like a little.
Yeah.
You could just like see like the little spinning. Or
Is it almost like a cartwheel? Like it's not so much that you're like you're not doing like a full on like a burrito, but you're like catching yourself with your legs like a windmill pose kind of thing.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
I don't think dog arms, dog shoulders bend like that. But go off.
They don't. It's more like a forward roll.
Also,
all I want to
Lucy's
say
going crazy.
is that everyone is very impressed.
I need to like partially mute for a second.
Saving the roll.
Just on stream, you guys
Yeah.
will be able to hear me.
No worries.
Okay.
Definitely everyone is very much impressed. I want to say someone in the background. Let's just say people who can talk. Name like a low tier Pokemon. Name like a silly goofy Pokemon. Go.
Well, we were talking about a Wimpod.
A lone Wimpod on the sidelines gasp and says,
Oh my god, Sabin the Wall's done it again.
"He's on a roll." There's a Pokemon in the back. Look at him go!
I think the echoing of the save in the wall, he's gonna go faster to get out of this situation.
He just rolls out of the scene.
Dust cloud. It is like.
Oh my god! As you're rolling away from the settlement. Yumechi, Simone, and Pepino following behind. As you make it to the outskirts of the settlement, you can hear the chanting in the background. Save in the wall. Save in the wall. Let me tell you. Let me tell you.
Sabin. That's cool.
That one fucking Wimpod is gonna grow up to be a whatever you call its evolution.
Gliscor? No.
No,
that's the
not
wrong one.
Gliscor.
Goliath.
Golisopod.
There we go.
Golisopod is like,
That's right, you can call me Sabin.
Oh my god.
I live for those reactions, Chips. Thank you.
Yeah, Simone just look.
Now,
I'm
I
on
do
mute
wanna
again
say-
on stream, by the way.
Are you back, Noms?
I'm back. There was my
Perfect.
neighbors were having a loud conversation outside, like directly outside
No.
of my window.
They're like, you know, what would be a nice thing to talk about right now. What if we
Our
talk
exact-
about our
what if we-
address specifically?
Yeah, let's talk about our exact address very loudly, right outside of Nomia's window.
Yeah.
I think it'd be really
All
cool.
the hot
actually-
singles in your area.
Oh my God! You know who lives next to in this room that we're outside of? Let's say their
There's a
legal name out
VTuber.
loud.
Yeah,
right there.
full legal government name.
Are you fucking VTubing in there?
Dude, are you fucking
You
VTubing
VTubing,
in
bro?
there?
Yeah.
Gross.
Nomia's V-tubing in there.
I better not see you VTubing.
That's what Lucy's barking about.
Yeah, Lucy's trying to warn me.
Ma-
She's like, turn off all the VTubing.
Mary, no,
You're
Noms is
VTubing.
VTubing again.
She won't throw the stick, Mary.
I
Too
need
busy
a stick.
V-tubing.
Where am I supposed to sit on the floor?
Never sit on floor.
All
Floor
right.
is
So
cold.
okay. So which legendary bird do we make
legendary bird?
Lucy? So that we can have a final boss
Gotta
with
be
Lucy.
Articuno.
I think she's more of a
Lucy's blue.
Zapdos.
What about Galarian Articuno?
Galarian
Or-
Articuno.
or
That's
Galarian
too cool.
Moltres?
What about
That's too cool.
Galarian Zapdos, where it just fucking runs?
He just runs.
Lucy
Yeah,
spends
it's
most
not
of
a
her
bird that
time.
flies, it only runs.
Lucy spends most of her time in this positions that where she's upside down. So
He's way ahead now.
Yeah. You have actually walked. You've actually left the settlement.
Yeah.
Yep.
yes.
So I do want to let you all know, for anyone who's wondering about the flow of the upcoming scene. This is the first episode, so the anime ED doesn't actually play, but it is playing right now over the credits as the four of you are. Let me actually flip Pepino, as the four of you are, on the journey towards the water settlement. The camera begins to pan out, and this like the Japanese credits are coming on,
Save it.
the name of the OP comes in brackets, and the ED, and it's playing out, and we're going to see in a moment. Kitty, get ready. We're gonna close with a flashback of Yumechi when she was a human, and then
Wait, can we
we
do some subtle dialogue into prompting Yuichi to think of her past?
Thank you. We're absolutely gonna do that, and then we're gonna wrap up the episode by brainstorming the next session, because that is the way that I like to close sessions. Instead of just a hardcore just cut, we actually brainstorm what's gonna happen next time. We've been chatting for 2 hours and a half. We have creative energy in us. Let's actually set up what happens next. So, Simone, if you have a good way to carry us into Yumechi's flashback, please take it away.
Of course. My specialty is expository dialogue. So I think Simone's hopping along next to Pepino, kind of following. Pepino's a bit slower than Simone, so she's like awkwardly hopping, like doing like 3 hops. And then Pepino moves a little bit forward, and then she waits until she can do another 3 hops, like that. And she looks up at Yumichi, and it's just like, it's kind of weird. The 2 people that I'm kind of like showed up, like I found when I came up here, they both have names of like people I really admired. Like
People you admire?
yeah, like back home, when I was young, there was a really popular battler called Sabin, and I thought he was really cool. He was actually called Sabin the Wool too. Crazy coincidence, right? But there was also an idol that I really liked when I was younger, Yumechi. She was really cool. I really liked her aesthetic. She always danced really good. I just liked her a lot. But I think she's been inactive for a while due to health issues or something. At least that's what the agency said.
The camera zooms in on Yumechi's eye, and we fade to white, and the ED has finished playing. By the way, we have a moment of silence, and Kitty, tell me if I'm wrong, but I feel like do we hear like during this flashback, is there the sound of like a hospital like machine in the background?
Yeah, there's some sort of like mechanical sounds that you can't really place. It's not like a heart monitor, but there's like like the blood pressure cuff filling and then unfilling and like drips of like an IV or something like that. Like you can't really place what it is, but there's something there.
So the sounds are in the background during this whole scene, and as we're fading out of the white, Yumechi, where are we?
I think that we are in Celadon City.
Where in Celadon City? The biggest stage of Celadon City?
I think it's the backstage of a large playing arena in Celadon City. Yumechi is in the back room, like the green room. This is her first performance after a bit of a rut in her career, where her albums weren't selling, her singles weren't selling, her popularity was losing out to younger, hotter idols, basically. but she's determined not to give up, so she's trying to do a comeback.
And you just finished your first performance in Celadon City.
Yep.
Is this day one or this is day one, right? This is day one, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
I want to ask you, was it sold out?
It was not.
Are you struggling with those feelings at this moment?
Yeah, I feel like she's kind of looking in the mirror, looking at herself as, you know, not someone who's in the prime of her idol years, but a little bit, you know, beyond that, still trying to, you know, be an idol and be the person that she wants to be, is struggling with the fact that even her comeback is not quite there.
There comes a knock at the door. You hear the voice of your agent, and she's asking you if she can come in. She says something about flowers, about like how you did great, but is asking to be let in. Do you go to open? Do you get up and try to go up to open the door?
I think she doesn't get up. She's, you know, just sitting at like the vanity, and it's like, yeah, you can come in.
Now, there's a few seconds before the past and what is going to be the future of the next session bleed into one another. As your manager walks in, they have a bouquet of flowers, and for a second you're reminded of how things used to be, how every show was a sold out, like runaway hit, and you were never just a one-hit wonder. You know, every one of your albums sold, and there were fans screaming, and you notice that as your manager walks through the door, there is nobody outside waiting. And your manager's walking towards you, saying things, but it's all muffled. The only thing you can hear is the mechanical whirling of machines, some sort of medical device, and there is a lightning in the screen as though we're going to be fading into white in a moment. I want you to tell me, what are the last moments to the first episode? What goes through your mind? What do you say? What do you do?
I think she's just kind of watching in the mirror as her manager comes in, seeing that, you know, the back is quiet. There's nobody waiting, but there is one single bouquet, and like she feels like a pang in her chest, but she doesn't know if it's like a bad pang or a good pang.
Do we see the shot of you like wrinkling your dress as you're holding on to?
Yeah.
Just a chest pain.
Yeah. And then she doesn't say anything, but she smiles softly at her agent. And I think that's where we can kind of fade it. It's like a soft pain smile, but she smiles.
And the episode fades to white. This has been the first episode of Pokemon Mystery Dungeon.
What?
The tabletop role-playing game, Lost Island and the Dreaming Voyagers.
Yep.
It keeps mutating.
Yeah. I did change our
Also
group
known
chat
as
I saw that.
PMD TTRPG LIO TDB.
Yes. I made
Yep.
sure to include
And
the OT
Knuckles.
in there. And Knuckles.
Knuckles.
Featuring Dante
Drink
from
Dante from Neville
Thank you.
Kai.
Funky Fresh Edition.
My goodness.
I want to say, absolutely hit the applause button. You guys did fantastic today.
Oh, where is it? I don't have it. There it is. I'll do my bigger stream applause that you guys can't hear.
Let's go.
Yeah, there we go. You guys can't hear, but we've got a round of ruckus applause.
So
We did it.
I love that.
There we go.
I want to say, absolutely, I knew you guys were the right choice. You guys were absolutely delightful.
course.
I have to say again, like this is the way that I like to do guided role-playing games. I'm not really much of a game master. I don't really do that stuff anymore. I'm mostly just guiding things. This is this is one of the ways in which I tackle writing books, honestly. You know, and to me this came to me very naturally. And you guys were all fantastically funny, creative. You brought in your own flavors. There were times when I was, guiding things a little bit, but it's never hard. I'm always like, is this what you're feeling? And I have to say, you all did fantastic, incredible, delightful.
Good job, team.
Also, I meant to talk to you before the stream started about how I wanted the news report to have the scene shift.
Oh my god, that's funny,
and I forgot. And so it was in that moment where you were like describing the news where I was like, wait, there was something I wanted to be on the news.
It worked out. It worked out.
It honestly, it ended up working out. Like I love running games like this because it feels like we're all just making a big meal together. And this is, and again, I promise I'm gonna get off my soapbox in a second, okay? But I like, at least for me, this is my favorite way of playing games like these, because we just jump straight into collaboratively making ridiculous jokes, right? The idea that like Sabin the Wall might have been his actual nickname gives me so much life.
Good.
It is the way in which the story evolves in front of you, and the fact that there may be a shitfuck Tyranitar the shitfuck the Tyranitar who might show up later.
He's gonna show up. When I opened the dock and I saw that was there. Who did that?
I've already forgotten about shitfuck the Tyranitar.
Who put that there?
We all forgot.
Of him. It kills me.
And I do want to say, by the way, nothing in this world is super set in stone, and if you're ever like, yo, what if this happened, and it's an exciting idea, I want it, give it to me. The only thing, literally, the idea with the fourth wall breaking slowpoke was a joke I made to Kitty, and I was like, what if I did that? And Kitty was like, do it. So there's a slowpoke who wants to betray you. If you have ideas for how they betray you, please tell me.
Can I tell you something that's completely off topic that scene reminded me of?
Please. Okay,
so I have this note in my Google Keeps notes that I've had for years now. Where even is it? I don't even know. But it was, I woke up and I had just had a really weird dream, and I wrote down the entirety of the dream. And what you described during that slowpoke thing, weirdly made me think of that dream. It was so...
Hell yeah.
It's I had such a specific image in my brain, and hang on, I'm looking for the note right now.
There was also a bit where this slowpoke was gonna call you all by your player names, but I dropped that.
I was gonna be like, oh yes, that's very nice, Nomia. Anyways, so Chips, what are you doing here?
I found it. I found
What's wrong?
Dream.
It's a fourth wall breaking slowpoke.
It's from 2017. Oh my god. This is a dream that I had in 2017.
Nomia, that was 6 years ago.
May I read out my dream that I had in 2017?
You know what? I mean, it's your show.
Yeah, it's my stream. Everyone, I'm gonna read out my dream. Okay. So this is a dream that stuck in my head so much that I wrote it all down right after I woke up. And when you mirror the fourth wall breaking slowpoke, this is what I thought of. And maybe we can even find ways to incorporate this into the story.
Hell yeah.
Okay, we were watching a playlist that I had created of lesbian TV show episodes, movies, and YouTube videos. By we, I don't know what I meant by we. I woke up right, and then I wrote this. We watched a bunch of stuff, but the only one I remember was the last thing we watched, which was Femmes Fuck Boys Get Money video. That's a great music video. Everyone listened to that song. Someone said something that made it seem like they wanted to watch more lesbian stuff, but they disliked Femmes music video. I spoke up and said, "You don't like Femme?" I was very offended. I then did a surprisingly accurate rendition of the last chorus of Fuck Boys Get Money, but nobody cared. We tried to film all the lesbian stuff to watch, but we couldn't find anything other than All of the Orange is the New Black, which someone was very adamant about not watching. Understandable. We ended up giving up and looking for something else. We ended up picking some kind of Simpsons special movie called Glitter Baby, with Maggie on the cover wearing just too much glitter. It was a stand-up show kind of thing, but Lisa Simpson was the comedian. This is what made me think of, because I was picturing this part where Lisa Simpson was the comedian.
Oh my god.
She told a few jokes that I wish I remembered before the weird scientist came out. You know that scientist guy in The Simpsons?
Yeah, that guy.
Came out
Oh,
from
that guy
behind.
sounds like
yeah,
this. Yes,
that
yes.
one. Yeah, from behind stage and started playing a plucky tune on some kind of instrument. He walked down the aisle and past the Flanders family, where they all looked very upset. Maud said something to Todd about how it was okay that he wasn't performing today because he was still a good musician. Homer said something that made it seem like Todd was actually a horrible musician and he was glad he wasn't playing. Ned said that he'd like to see Homer play the violin if he was going to make fun of Todd. Marge was doing a crossword puzzle at this point. I don't remember how that got established, but it's important. Homer takes Todd's violin and bow and puts it in his lap. The entire show seems to have stopped at this point and everyone is watching. Homer starts to run the bow against some of the strings of the violin still in his lap. He plays just a few notes at first, but you can tell that they are actual notes and not screechy messes. He continues, and as time goes on, the song becomes more intricate and beautiful. He is still playing the violin in his lap. The scientist comes back down the aisle, no longer playing but still very plucky, and says that Homer was amazing and that he could be the next Mozart or Bach. Homer turns to Marge, who is still doing her crossword, and says, "Marge, I'm gonna be Mozart." Marge seems disinterested and says, "Yes, dear," before muttering under her breath about something about an answer being 5-letter synonym for something. It cuts back to me, my dad, who's a duck, and someone else who I don't remember still watching the movie. Dad and I are laughing and say, "What the fuck? Homer's a violin prodigy?" But Marge is just like, what's 23 down? This is apparently the funniest joke in the whole world, and my dad and I start losing our shit laughing to the point where I fall off the couch. It then abruptly cuts to some kind of puzzle-making thing where the rest of the dream is just my subconscious trying to make an actual crossword. This is what my dreams are like. It's kind of fuzzy, but I can tell that I'm making a real crossword. I'm trying to puzzle answers together to make it work. I get to one section of the puzzle where it's 2 quite long answers down right up against each other, meaning I have to create a ton of 3-letter words across which also make a word of their own going down. I get stumped and end up having to put the word sex for 2 of the answers. A disembodied voice that kind of sounded like Lisa Simpson told me off and said I couldn't have 2 answers that were the same thing because that would confuse people playing the crossword. I added a Y to the end of one of the sexes and then giggled to myself and said out loud, "Sexy sex," and then I woke up.
Incredible. I do want to say, by the way, if you would like to have this experience, just start writing your dreams literally when you wake up. Your brain will instead of your brain drag and dropping your dream into the trash can every morning, it will actually start remembering them. I used to do that.
It's just like that's one of the only dreams that I remember that like usually when I wake up my dreams are already gone, so that was like one of the only times I'd ever remembered a dream enough to be able to write it all down. And it was fucking also, I think part of it was based off that episode of The Simpsons where Lisa's a crossword champion. I believe that was the reason there was crosswords involved. And also I was trying to make an actual I was trying to make a crossword. Like I legit, I don't know how my brain was doing it, but I was like keeping track of all the words like everywhere. I don't know how I was doing it. My brain apparently knows about how to make crosswords.
Nomia's incredible.
Thank
So
you.
did.
And if you start a dream journal, somebody can destroy it.
Yeah,
Somebody can ruin it.
that's really
Even.
fun.
It's great.
Oh my god.
Is this a reference?
He ruined my dream
Yeah!
journal!
You ruined my dream journal! Mr. Electric, send him to the principal's office and
Mr.
have him
Electric,
expelled! Y'all never seen fucking Shark Boy and Lava Girl? Come
Oh
on!
my fucking god.
Oh god, no.
It's been a long time.
That was a little
Nomia.
past my time.
You don't got Mr. Electric, send him to the principal's office
Mr.
and have
Electric,
him expelled!
kill him!
Incredible.
And then
So,
the dream,
on that note-
dream.
Anyways.
On that note, members of the cast, we have 15 minutes to brainstorm the next
Yeah,
episode.
yes, right.
Go.
Okay, so we're en route to meet with the water settlement.
Yes.
We still don't actually have much insight on what happened to the dam. I mean, it broke, but it's like
It's
we
true.
don't know about like the suspicions going around and such.
I want to talk
For sure.
I want to talk to this Karen about this divorce situation. That's not actually something.
I really love the idea that like it isn't like sure there might have been a crime, but okay, give me the gossip, give me the tea. What happened?
Sis, what do you do? What do you do?
I
gotta
feel
know.
like it's like Saban's trying to like learn more about what's happened here, and Simone's just like, okay, but what about the gossip?
I gotta know what happened.
Sis, you deserve better than him.
I'm so ready for, like, Karen says the reason, and it isn't cheating, and Simone is like, boring. No cheating? Come on! And I'm just picturing like Simone like rolling on the ground, like boring, kicking her little legs up, like boring.
I think also next episode we should start getting into the real meat of the plot. So I think number one, we should investigate the dam. I think we should find the mysterious Pokeballs.
You know what? I absolutely love that. And yes, this campaign will run for 9 to 10 episodes, so definitely, you know, much like an anime, we have a nice little opening episode where we get to meet the characters, a little bit of the world building. We should definitely find the Pokeballs next turn, and maybe have a little bit of combat. We'll see.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe we could go check out the dam.
Yeah.
I like
Because
that.
we were saying like, oh, it's like maybe some of them were like stashed in there.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Ooh, chips! Okay, how about this, okay? Now, I know that we were talking about going to the water settlement, but what if, on the way to the water settlement, the way that I'm picturing it in my mind, by the way, is that, like, there is, like, the previous settlement that, you know, that got washed away, the dam, and then further up, up higher ground, I guess, is, like, the lake settlement, right?
Mm-hmm.
So on the way, or maybe not this episode, but the next episode after that, we actually end up at the water settlement, because on the way there, you guys inspect the dam, inspect the damage made, and maybe there you find Pokeballs, and maybe you find some of those Pokemon that are unable to communicate and maybe behaving in a erratic way.
Weird way, and then
I
they have to fight them.
have a thought about if we don't necessarily go to the water settlement next session. It could be that we find something that, like, maybe someone sent something down. Maybe if it's like the dam that connects to the lake from the water settlement, maybe someone sent something from the water settlement down the river that, like, hit the dam and, like, blew it up or something like that.
Oh,
So maybe
then we
maybe
have
we
something
find,
to
like,
investigate when we reach the water
like,
settlement.
ooh, maybe someone at the water settlement is up to no good. So
Ooh.
once we get
I
there,
like
it's a
that.
little buddy, we have some tension, some plot.
So I'm
I like it, I
thinking,
like it.
we start off by we first arrive at the ruins of the previous settlement. We inspect the dam. We find the mysterious Pokeballs there, and I feel like we can kind of, like, you know, we can roleplay from there on. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Is there a reason for us to inspect the dam? Or should
Maybe we just come across it and we're like, oh, that's
Okay.
cool.
I
Like,
legitimately,
that was weird.
Be like, it does look strange.
I legitimately feel like it's literally on the way. Like, the
Yeah.
way that I'm picturing it in my mind is that, like in order to make it back up ground where, you know, the rest of the river connects to the lake, you would have to pass by the dam anyway. Oh, sorry, I'm writing the notes.
Yes. You're an
We see you.
anonymous llama, by the way.
Yo, let's go. Earlier there was a wombat, and I'm like, I hope Nomia was the wombat.
I don't know what I
Oh
am.
my god.
I think I'm just
It might have been me because I
you're
just
a
leave
quagga?
docs open and forget.
Yeah, I
What
have
am
dots
I?
open too.
Oh, you're a quagga.
Quagga?
Oh my god.
That's what it is. Quagga. Quuagga.
What? That sounds Australian.
Oh my god, they know.
Quagga is a subspecies of plain zebra endemic to South Africa. Until it was hunted to extinction in the late 19th century?
Oh, why is that on Google Docs? Why is that
I guess someone is a
specific?
quagga fan.
Someone loves quaggas up at Google Docs. Also, South Africa, Australia, same thing.
I don't think those are the same.
No, anyone from South Africa knows what I'm
Hello.
talking about.
Hello, it's me. It's
South
the,
Africa and
the
Australia-
fourth wall break in Slowpoke. I want to let you know that is not true. They are not the same place. They may
No.
have similar vibes, along maybe
ask
the
someone
same,
from
you know,
South Australia,
quadrant.
from South Africa, and say, "Do you feel a kinship with Australia?" And they'll say yes. That's our fucking brother country.
I
dude.
just want to let you know that as the fourth wall break in Slowpoke, I do not agree with this statement. It does
Slowpoke
not
doesn't know
represent
shit.
the overall. It does not represent the overall thoughts of the PMD TTRPG : LIO DTV
Damn
group.
it.
Oh my god.
I also hate that I know
think
that
it's
it's not an
DVT
acronym.
actually. LIODVT, not DTV. That would be funny.
DTV.
DTF.
Whoa.
Down to... Quick, name a Pokemon that starts with the letter F.
Frillish.
Down to Frillish. Down to Flabebe.
Flabebe.
I'm sorry. That was actually Saban's fans had like some of them were like thirsty, so they had like signed like down to DTF, and it was a Flabebe on there. There you go.
Down to
Because Saban had a cutie fly.
That's not the same.
A beautiful cutie
Oh,
fly.
I don't know why.
Rebombi.
Maybe it's the flower.
You know what? They
Yeah.
were the same Pokemon in my mind for a second. There's 1,000 of them. Shut up.
Rebombi is the evolved form of cutie fly.
The silence
Rebombi
following my
slaps.
bit made me realize that it was I was wrong. You know what? It's fine.
Listen, I don't even know how I'm managing to be like the Pokemon expert in this party, because I'm not actually a Pokemon
Nomia.
expert.
Nomia, you're playing as the try-hard like competitive gamer. Like you have the correct software to be this role. You're fine.
I also
You got
don't
this.
know how I know. Like I keep surprising myself with how much I know about Pokemon.
It just
I'm
like
just, like,
entered your
I feel like
consciousness.
Saban like keeps trying to like say something that he knows, and then Simone just like pipes up like.
Yeah, I realize that Simone is the kind of character that just keeps talking when she's nervous.
I don't know if this is a cursed reference, but it reminds me a little bit of like early Deku in My Hero Academia, where like he's
Oh
just
my
like
God.
like he's just got the babble going on, where he's just like
Yeah.
thinking about all the strategy. There
Oh
you go.
my
Yeah,
God.
she basically, if she does, she's like the kind of person that if there's
Fuck.
silence, she just has to fill the space. So she just like starts conversations with herself, and like if the other person doesn't respond, so she just resolves the conversation too. She just like both sides. It's like how she immediately talked herself out of you being Saban, just because you were quiet.
Yes.
It's like, oh, you have his name, but you couldn't be because you're a Pokemon, and Saban's not a Pokemon. Anyways,
Well, she'll figure it out eventually, probably.
how fucked up would it be if you guys fought a fucking Ultra Beast episode 2? That would be too
God.
fucked up, huh?
That'd be hilarious, and I'd love it.
Well, the thing that gets me is that
It'd be very
Ultra Beast,
interesting.
Ultra Beasts, they're not even like, they're not stronger Pokemon. They're just Pokemon from the Ultra
They're just
dimension.
weirdos.
Yeah, give me a
Must-
Nihilego. I
What if
love
we
that
just get a
bitch.
clown
No,
jump scare?
yeah, Blacephalon. Let's go with Blacephalon. Let's go.
Blacephalon!
Yeah,
It could
maybe
be
he's
that thing where,
frickin'
like-
juggling and one of his balls hit the diff.
No.
You know in the hero's journey when you encounter a foe
Oh,
that you
no.
can't defeat yet, early on in the story? You know, like that?
Nomia, shut the fuck up. I explicitly told you to not bring up the hero's journey on my goddamn face. You're.
What? I
You're
don't
dead.
understand the problem. I forgot.
I'm gonna make you guys fight a goddamn Blacephalon or Blacephalon.
Blacephalon, I believe.
Yeah.
In Japanese, called Zugadoon.
Zugadoon.
Zugadi's nuts.
Hey yo.
That feel when you were just Zugadoon.
Zugadoon.
I'm about Sugadoon with this segue. Hey!
Hey
I know that
yo.
when I was in Japan, I learned the names for its Sprigatito is Nyaoha, and Alchemy is Mahwipu.
Oh my god.
Mahwipu.
I love it.
I'm holding Alchemy.
I keep
My
processing
Volibee-
monsters the wrong way.
My Volibee plush is on my bed and I couldn't reach it. So when you mentioned there was a Volibee, I was like, no, I can't reach it.
Oh, do you really like Volibee?
No,
Yeah.
I'm kind of indifferent.
I'm indifferent, but I bought merch for it.
Yeah, I have
As you do.
Alchemy, I have
could someone-
Sprigatito, and I have Volibee.
Could someone please come up with a great name for this Blacephalon?
The Joker.
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 What's the guy who plays Joker in the movie Joker?
Jared Leto?
Joaquin Phoenix? Joaquin?
I
Not
think
Jared Leto,
you
that's the
could
wrong
name
one.
him Blingo.
Blingo.
Blingo!
Blingo.
Blingo, my favorite Blacephalon, Blingo.
Blingo.
My
Alright, there
Blingo
you go.
Bingo.
There you go.
Bingo,
Alright, get
wingo.
ready to battle Blingo next episode.
I can't wait to
Yeah,
battle
Let's
Blingo.
fucking go. Fan favorite character Blingo.
Everyone's favorite Blingo.
I actually any fans of Digimon World 1 here, by the way, because I like the idea that you're gonna, instead of you just defeating Pokemon, you help them break out of the Berserk state.
Oh hell yeah.
Can we have a friend Blingo?
And then
Blingo.
Blingo gets to join the party, like in
Then Blingo
Chip's
joins the
favorite
party.
game, Chrono Cross.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you're like, wow, you can recruit 100 characters, and 99% of them suck.
I do
Listen,
like.
It's about
That's not true. That's not true.
having
That's not true.
a very filled world. It's very rich.
It's like
Yeah,
in Fire Emblem,
listen,
but
I
sometimes
do
you
wanna
just have to
say-
It's like,
for
you
the
know, a
grind
lot of the
though.
characters
Chips.
in Suikoden suck too, but I still love them.
See, me, a Radiata Stories lover, shaking hands with Chips, a Suikoden lover.
I also love Radiata
Really?
Stories.
Radiata is
Aw.
great.
My
It's also a
biggest
game.
gripe with Radiata Stories is I can't recruit all of them in one playthrough.
Yeah.
I know. God.
Amen.
Oh,
What do
also,
you mean I have
to
to
say,
choose?
I
You know
have
I'm
to
gonna
say
pick
though.
Ridley every time.
Right?
I mean, like, of course I'm gonna pick Ridley. Like, it sucks so much, and then you have to recruit all the useless non-humans. I'm sorry. Anyways,
Hey,
um,
yeah.
I do want to say I love
gonna
the
act like
lesbian
I know
assassin
what they're
girl.
talking
I
about.
recruit her every time. She's great.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
I almost God. I just wish that game wasn't so long and not very good.
Listen, we only got lost in the castle.
I
For like an
guess
entire episode.
I would love to
very,
do a
like-
run where I use the useless Pokemon. Yeah, the useless Pokemon, the useless Reddit Stories members.
It's definitely one of those RPGs where it's very unclear how progression works.
What are they talking about? I don't know.
We're talking about the PlayStation 2
PS2
classic Reddit Stories, full Let's Play on Dango Duo, by the way. Go check it out. Don't. That
On
Let's
Dango
Play is
Duo?
old.
Oh
We
my
got lost in
goodness.
an entire
Yeah.
episode in the castle.
Speaking of
Yeah, we got 2 minutes
pimping out our
left.
channels.
Everyone-
Hey guys, I want to say first and
Dun,
foremost,
dun, 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 dun,
oh my
dun,
god,
dun.
yes. Yeah, thank you for watching our actual play PMD TTRPG LIO DVT. The acronym will only keep on growing
It
because
will get longer
once we
with
go into
every stream.
Arc 1. Yeah, Arc 1, you know, the great battle against the terrifying Blingo, King of all clowns. That will be added to the acronym for the next
As the
episode.
entire acronym, yeah.
Yeah.
And I do want to say,
Blingo's Wrath.
thank you for watching. If you are watching the VOD or the stream is over, could you please do us a big favor and leave a comment? I'm gonna say, talk about who your favorite character is and why.
Yeah.
Comments mean a lot for small channels like Nomia's and mine, so please consider supporting us.
And if you don't feel
Nomia,
like
by the way-
typing out a full comment, just put a bird emoji, a dog emoji, or is one or an elephant?
No,
An elephant
no,
I
emoji?
no,
technically am an
just-
elephant.
just
Or
Blingo.
a
Just
flower.
say Blingo in
Or
chat.
Just say
Flower.
Blingo.
Just say
Yeah,
Blingo.
everybody's favorite character is Blingo. You
Yeah, if
haven't
you're
met him yet, but
undecided-
you already love him.
If you're
Blingo
undecided,
clown
then say
emoji.
Blingo.
Yeah. In fact, all of us are actually going to be scrapping our characters to play
Yeah, next
Blingo,
session we will be
and we're
Blingo.
gonna
It's
we're
gonna
going
be like
to roleplay him.
co-op.
Yeah, we're
It's
gonna
gonna be-
roleplay
yeah.
him like a Gundam.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so like Chips,
I
you
be-
control the left arm. Nomia
Can I
control
be
the
the
right
dick?
arm.
Can I beat the dick?
Nomia, you can also control Blingos's genitalia.
Cool.
Do you
He has a
want to
dick,
roll?
by the way.
We probably shouldn't roll to see what Blingo has. That feels like a little bit
No,
messed up.
no.
Roll to see if
Let's just,
roll,
you know,
roll,
let's
roll
go.
for Blingo dick.
Blingo
Roll
is
for
a,
Blingo
like-
dick.
Blingo is a clown, but a clown is an animal.
Oh, like the clown husbandry community. Yeah.
Blingo's a clown, but a clown is also an animal. Make a picture of the Crab Nebula with Chips' words.
Yeah.
Wait, Maxi, do you know about the clown husbandry community?
Clowns
Hey,
are
good night, everybody.
husbands.
Thank you for joining.
Maxi, Google clown husbandry.
All right.
Everybody, Google
while
clown
I do
husbandry
that-
term.
While I do that, and I
the
yell into
comments,
the void.
State your favorite clown.
Support Nomia at coffee.com/NomiaVictory, by the way.
Oh my god.
Chips, where can people find you?
I'm Trippides on Twitter, Tumblr, Blue Sky, and also VGen, where you can commission me. Don't say damn when you see the price. But also, I am
Definitely
gonna
say
close
damn.
my slots.
I want to commission that person.
I
Let's
am
go.
gonna close
I like
my
to say
slots
damn
soon
whenever I
because
look
my
at
queue is
graves.
full.
Damn. Graves is hot.
Yeah, you can see Graves, my other creature.
I thought you said
La
grapes.
criatura.
I thought you said grapes, and I was thinking about the duck walking up
Yeah,
to
it's
the
Damn.
Graves
stand.
Magpie.
I was thinking about the.
By the way,
hey,
I'm introducing my brand new
got
OC,
any grapes?
Grapes Magpie. Original OC, do not steal.
Yeah, that's me walking up to Chips' VGen, going like, "Hey, got any graves?"
Got any graves?
You will get a discount if you just tell me to draw Graves.
And yeah, but you have to sing it like in the song.
Yeah.
Got
You
any
have to put
Graves?
like in the form. You need to put like a music emoji in every slot.
And you have to write the ba ba
What
ba.
the fuck is this? How to get
Clown
yourself a pet
husband?
clown?
Yeah!
There is several.
Yeah!
There are
Animals.
several ways.
Clown is
Breeders,
animals.
you can get a clown from a breeder, which means an artist in the community that sells own clown designs. If you wish, you can breed your clowns yourself, making whatever your heart desires by
Yeah.
drawing your own
Oh, is
clown.
this like a closed species thing?
Yeah, it's a closed species. You can adopt them.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay.
You know, like the $25,000
Yeah, this isn't
fairy.
weird to me anymore.
Remember the $25,000
I'm like, oh yeah, my
fairy?
friends do that.
Clown husbandry is all about keeping and caring for your clown, no matter what the breed, needs, or origin. All clowns deserve a loving and happy home.
They
Feel
do.
free to contribute information about your clown or ask questions if you're a newcomer.
Anyways,
What
guys, I'm
the
streaming the
fuck?
day after
RPG
tomorrow.
replays
Plants vs. Zombies. Everybody like and subscribe. Adopt your own clowns responsibly. Make sure you do your research before adopting a pet. Always remember that you are
Yep.
that you're not just
alright.
adopting a
Hi there.
adopting a pet. You're adopting a life. You gotta take care of it properly.
Hi there, my mind has been broken. Hello, the name is Maxi. Pronouns are they, them. Welcome to the
No,
show
Maxi,
and
it's the
good
end of the
night.
stream.
And also, I do want to say, I may be streaming tomorrow. Kitty's coming down with a cold, and if
no.
Kitty has a cold, I am gonna take care of her. But I will be
It
back
has
on
just
Tuesday.
passed.
I will be back on Tuesday for sure.
Unless-
I'm feeling human.
Unless.
Okay. So I'm gonna get my COVID DLC tomorrow. I'm gonna get a
No,
a
don't
shot
get the
and a flu
DLC for
shot.
that.
No, I'm getting the DLC so that I want to
Yeah,
have
you
the
gotta
flu
get
shot.
No, you need the
you
vaccine
need to download
DLC.
the patch.
You need to get
download
the vaccine
COVID
DLC.
patch.
Yeah, I do realize that saying COVID DLC definitely sounded bad out of context. now
Yeah,
that I
it
think
sounded
about
like
it.
you would download COVID.
About
You wouldn't download
BRB.
You wouldn't download a COVID.
download COVID. This is why we keep the stream at 3 hours. Cause
Yeah,
if
we gotta go.
Can you
If we get
imagine?
on too many bits.
Can you imagine if we kept on role playing after you wouldn't download a COVID?
You wouldn't download
If
it.
we're ever
anyways,
like, man, I
so-
wish these guys did a just chatting stream. No, you don't.
No, you don't.
No, you don't. No, you don't. For a nice chatting stream, look up anytime Nomia is in a dungeon in Persona.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a nice chatting stream. Or when I'm in Persona 4 dungeons.
So when I say
Also-
tomorrow, I'm getting my flu
Yes,
shot
yes.
and the COVID vaccine. So there's a possibility I passed the ability that on Tuesday I'm completely knocked out.
Oh, my
I
mom
will
did
be
that,
in fact
and she
back
was out.
by Wednesday. I will be back on Wednesday no matter what. I promise. We're gonna release my Monster Hunter role-playing game this month, and then I will pass out until
And then
November.
we will turn into a pumpkin.
I 100% need to play that on stream too. We should organize that. Okay.
No, we should
No.
do that. Anyways, name is Maxi. My channel is youtube.com/Mr. Karen. I love you all. Also, I love all my friends. They're gay. I love them. They did a very good job.
Okay.
Gay
Clap.
people.
Okay, thank you so much. Remember to leave a comment, subscribe, like, tell your friends about me, because I'm cool. We'll be doing this every week, hopefully. At the same
Not
time.
in 2 weeks, but
COVID
probably next
permitting.
week.
Depending on who's sick and who isn't. Let's go. Also, it's Halloween week. It's Halloween time for the next 3 weeks on my channel. So stick around for that. It'll be fun. We're playing some RPG Maker streams. It'll be great. Okay.
Yes, let's go.
I will see you the day after tomorrow. Atsunawa. Bye.
Bye.